Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. My name is Leon Jones. I'm back again for another Wednesday edition. Shout out to brother Little Big Nate. I was on his panel last night. We were talking about the election, and I'm going to talk about it tonight as well. And hopefully, some of you all come by again in the chat. Um, Shout out to my main man, Men's Daily Advice and the Encouragement channel. Go over there and check his channel out. He's actually delivering some real good red pill content. Now, for me, I'm going to get more into the election because it is very important. And then I have to ask this question: what issues do you vote for when you go to the polls? Because what I'm seeing with voters out here, a number of them are low information voters and they vote with their emotions. Now, shout out to you, brother Deshaun. Welcome to the chat. Again, good evening, Jenny V. I say this. I went to vote 2 days ago. Of course, me and Tony Jean, we were in line for about an hour or close to an hour. We did our due diligence. And, the media puts out a lot of propaganda. There's going to be a red wave. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't a red wave. Now, if you go into the state of Georgia, Raphael Warnock, who's an extreme leftist pastor, I don't like these buck dancing pastors. He believes sorely in abortion against former NFL and USL football player who went to the University of Georgia, Herschel Walker. Now, those two are deadlocked in a 49-49 tie. What's going on there, brother Lorenzo? Now, shout out to you, brother Cyber. Now, what's happening in that race, and it's going to happen December 6th, Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker, December 6th. There's going to be a lot of money that the Democrats are going to throw at that one candidate. Now, let me get you all straight on where things are right now, because I know there's some people that are giving you information, last night's information. Yes, Ron Johnson has won in the state of Wisconsin. He beat his opponent. Of course, my old state of Maryland, yes, they have their first African-American Democratic governor. Well, I'm African-American myself, but if you look at what happened yesterday, of course, in Georgia, Stacey Abrams got beat by 9 points. She got beat. Kemp beat her. Val Demings got beat in Florida. Another sister got beat in North Carolina, Iowa. I'm just going to say, most of us weren't voting for black women who were on the left. I know I wasn't. And what happened? When they got into the ring, they got dusted off. Now, Kathy Barnett, she would have been a good candidate. Now, Fetterman, and I lived in the state of Pennsylvania for 10 years. Now, good evening, Celine. How did Fetterman win? I don't know. Now, I'm going to say this. It wasn't a red wave, but there could be some differences made. Now, here's what the Republicans need to do. So you all know this. Right now, the Republicans have 49 senators. The Democrats have 48. Now, I'm including a couple of them. I did not vote for you. I'm glad you didn't. She got taken down as well. Karen Bass. I know who she is. She's another Marxist sister. You see, most of them went down. Now, Going back to what I'm saying, right now, the Republicans have 49 senators and the Democrats have 48. Now, here how the Republicans can win. They only need one seat. Now, the way they can get that one seat, I already know they're going to pick up Alaska. Alaska would give the Republicans 50 senators. Now, everybody's counting on that Warnock Herschel Walker deal that's going to happen December 6th in Georgia. But you all are forgetting about what's going on in Nevada. Nevada may turn red. And if the Republicans win Nevada, I believe they win that Senate, when they win that Senate seat, or if they win that Senate seat, because apparently he is winning. Most did go down, but some stood their grounds and they won. The House is still going to go to, right now I'm looking at 206. You need 218 in order to take the House majority. So McCarthy is already voting to become the next Speaker of the House. Right now, Nancy Pelosi is Speaker of the House. Now, can you believe Nancy Pelosi won? I can't believe it myself. Now, here's what this all means. If the Republicans can win that Senate seat in Nevada, that would put them at 51. Then they wouldn't have to worry about winning Georgia. Now, it would be nice if they win Georgia. That would put them at 52. Now, let's say Nevada goes to the Democrats. Well, then it's going to be tie again. Now, what happens when it's a 50-50 tie like it is now? The vice president breaks the tie. Now, in Congress, right now the Democrats have all three branches. Well, they have the Congress and they have the presidency. Now, if the Republicans can win, now it's not going to be a large majority. Now, I'm telling people the Republicans need to do a little bit better with their message. And then you have to look at a number of individuals. Did the abortion issue, did that have an effect? You have some liberals out here who are afraid that that went away. They're not going to change that. The states have. Then you have to look at a lot of your governorships. Again, my question is, and I'm tying everything in together, what do you really vote for? Now, what I'm cynical about right now is, why wasn't it a red wave? I mean, if you think about it, this administration, he's talking about cutting off coal plants. You look at gas. I know here in Indiana, there's some places I remember about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, gas was $3.97. Next thing you know, I know in Frankfurt, where I work, it's $4.29. Here in Lafayette, where I live, it's $4.49. Men's Daily said, I didn't vote neither party I take seriously anymore. I used to vote back in the day. I wish there were more confidence in the Independence Party or a completely new party. Well, the problem is, brother Men's Daily, the two-party system has all the money. Now, what's going on in Georgia? I believe that the Libertarian candidate, he got 2% of the votes. That Libertarian candidate may have siphoned some votes away from Herschel, or he would have won last night. You see, Raphael Warnock, he didn't go out in those rural areas. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you, I think each state, they may need to change their voting laws and make them better, because it's not fair for the populated areas to decide who's going to be the governor, who's going to be the president. It's not. A lot of your populated areas. Now, generally, most of your populated areas, black people live in the populated areas, and they vote mainly Democrat. If you don't believe me, Governor Pritzker, he got reelected in the state of Illinois. That's the state right next to me. Now, with all that being said, with the economy being the number one issue, why wasn't there a red wave? Some people vote a split ticket. Now, me, I didn't vote a split ticket. I voted one party straight down. And there were few key pieces of the school board, local elections. Now, again, we're not going to know anything till probably Friday. Now, again, for the Republicans, and I'm just giving you what I have now. Right now, they're leading 49-48 in the Senate. Alaska hasn't finished counting their votes. They're having problems in Arizona. Now, what's really peculiar about Arizona, they had the issue with the machines in 20. It's 2022. Just before people went in to vote, they had issues with the machines. Now, what they ought to do is utilize a better system. I mean, they've had 2 years to improve the technology. It didn't work. And now everything in Arizona is messed up. Now, I'm going to say this about Arizona. A lot of Arizonians now are transplanted Californians. Now, here's the issue that I have with liberals. Okay, if you like socialism so much, why don't you stay in the state where you reside? You don't like the high taxes either, but here's the problem. You take that mindset that you had in your previous state to the next state. And that's what's going on in Arizona. A lot of people move to Arizona from California. Why? Arizona has no state taxes. Neither does Florida. Neither does Texas. Now, it's funny, Beto O'Rourke, another leftist, got stumped by Gregory Abbott. DeSantis. Florida is now a red state. Ohio. Now, Ohio in recent years, it's been a purple state. Now, the last two elections, 2016 and 2020, Ohio has been red. The state I always worry about, and I'm glad I'm not there anymore, is Pennsylvania. But I can break down to you why Pennsylvania is blue. First of all, Pennsylvania has 67 counties. Now, these are the counties that have the population. Allegheny County, that's Pittsburgh. Fetterman, he was a mayor of Braddock, Pennsylvania. Braddock, Pennsylvania is, from my standpoint, outside of Pittsburgh. Men's Daily says, I say marriage, divorce, and child support laws are a main issue. Hell, even being able to take a woman's word to accuse a man of false allegation with no evidence of proof, he still gets charged. Well, that's true. And brother, Men's Daily, we also need to participate in our local elections to get some of these laws changed as well. Because remember, a lot of us, we tend to go out and we look at everything from the federal level, but what about the states? The states have their own laws too. Now, I agree with you. The divorce laws are archaic. They need to be changed. But they haven't been changed because apparently I'm going to break it down to you. You have a number of men out here, particularly the ones who are in power. They don't want the laws changed. See, one of the reasons why we're never going to get what we really want as citizens when it comes to politics is because we don't have these special interest groups. What's going on, Laughing Dog? Welcome to the chat. There's a lot of money out there being donated to these politicians from corporations. The media plays a big part in these elections, especially the MSNBCs and the other alphabet channels. Most people, when they're not engaged, they watch those channels. I used to be a friend of Fox. I don't even like Fox anymore. And it's funny because so many individuals like Greta Van Susteren, who was on Fox, she's on Newsmax. A senator that I voted for in Pennsylvania, Rick Santorum, he went over there to Newsmax. Well, again, when it comes to what happened last night, know that red wave didn't come. But I'm not saying that there won't be a splash of red, because there is going to be a splash of red. It is going to be. But when you went to vote, what were you thinking about when you stood in that line and you had to vote? What issues were on your mind? Because when it comes to a number of individuals here in America, they're low information voters. Now, let me get to the poll question that I have. Yes, my poll's up. Vote in my poll. I got 9 votes so far. Do a number of Americans study the issues before they vote? And right now, 0% yes, 100% no's. Keep participating in my poll. Very, very important poll. Very important poll. Well, that one, that one just, that one just went away. So stick it right back up again, because I want everybody to understand, when you go out, who are you really voting for? That's what I want to know. What are you voting for? I mean, and do you believe the media when they come on television and really give you the information on who won? Because what I'm seeing is projections. Now, the funny thing about these projections is, and I saw last night, the votes weren't even 35% counted, and they already had a projected winner. How does that happen? And some states to watch out for. I was watching Oregon. And the funny thing about it is, because we're in the US and we're in the lower 48, we have 4 different time zones. Well, we're not going to get what happened on the West Coast till midnight Eastern time. See, because our polls close at 6, 7 o'clock. So we're getting our votes counted as soon as the polls close. So everybody on the West, they already have an idea who won on the East, because we're ahead 3 hours. Then there's Central Time. But when we get into voting, I have to say, did the economy not cross anyone's mind? Did taxes not cross anyone's mind? Did the energy cross anyone's mind? Because it is hard to understand what happened last night. Now, I will say this when it comes to Republicans. Republicans they're going to have to learn how to stand together. Now, at least Democrats stand together. Although they put out a lot of leftist propaganda, they stand together. They will find ways to get their issues across. Yes, they dominate the airways with the media. They still have the newspapers. They also have the colleges and universities. And then when you go into the populated, what's going on, brother Nate? Popped up. I got the link up. If you want to come on up, so we could discuss this election, because I can give you my point of view, and the link is in the chat for anybody who wants to come up. Put it in there twice, because we really need to get this election, find out what went wrong, find out what we can do. Because, like I said, I was on Nate's panel. We went on. We chopped it up for about an hour to about a quarter after midnight last night. He cut his chat off at 12:30, and it was kind of disappointing. Oh, what's going on, brother Nate? Welcome to the panel, brother.
What up, Leon? How you doing, dog?
Oh man, brother, man. We didn't get that red wave, but Nate, I got another scenario that you and I started to talk about over the phone today. Have you been checking out Nevada? Nevada might go.
I just got home about 40 minutes ago. I haven't had a chance to check anything, to be honest with you.
Oh,
go ahead.
Now, here's a scenario right now. The Republicans right now have a 49-48 edge in the Senate. Now, I already know the Republicans are going to take Alaska. So that's going to give them 50. What's good, Mel? That's going to give them 50 once they get Alaska. I'm watching Nevada. It's trending red. Now, if they can pick up Alaska, that'll give them 51, and they don't have to worry about that runoff with Warnock and Herschel Walker. Now, the reason why that runoff is happening is because both men didn't reach 50%, and I believe the Libertarians.
Supposedly.
Yeah. So
my problem is this.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, not to interrupt you, but
go ahead, bro. That's why we're here, because we got to discuss this.
Right, no problem. So
salute, Sir Tice.
What's that? Oh, what up, Tice? Hey, so you mean to tell me Stacey Abrams loses by 8 points, and that doesn't carry Walker? Really?
It should have carried. It should have carried him over the top. He should have had.
How does that even happen?
That's a good. Atlanta. I mean, I looked at everything in Georgia.
So a bunch of people are splitting their ticket. I'll reject Stacey Abrams, but I'll embrace Warnock, Mr. I'm a pastor that goes to a pedophile parade.
I'm hearing a number of people did split their ticket. I don't know why they split.
Oh my God, niggas are idiots.
Well, idiots. They are. What's going on, brother Mittens? They are. And if you look at Georgia, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, brother Nate. You know the Democrats are going to siphon in a lot of money. See, the Republicans didn't spend as much money in Fetterman. I mean, I'm still Fetterman. Now, what I think happened to Oz just moved to Pennsylvania from New Jersey.
Yeah. This year.
Yeah.
They should have had fucking Kathy Burnett. She would have probably fucking won.
Brother Sir Tice says he doesn't care about egg lips or baby delete issues. That's a fact. And brother Sir Tice, you're welcome to come on up here too, bro. I just dropped the link because we got to pick up where brother Nate left off it last night, because it is peculiar to me on what happened.
What are egg lips? Somebody tell me what egg lips are,
brother. That's a good question.
I know what baby deletes are. I don't know what egg lips are.
It's probably a code word or something to keep
I'm
us.
sure it is. I just don't know what it is. I'm an old nigga.
And we come up with, you and I came up with hashtag FAFF.
Yes. I don't know what egg lips are. Somebody gonna have to fill me in because I have no idea.
Brother Tice, I dropped the link if you want to come on up too, because you got some insight on us. But oh yeah. What's going on, Brother Tice?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Leave it, Charlie. What's going on? We got Brother Nate up here. Brother,
just briefly, if you guys, I hope it's. I'm just getting home from the. I'm not getting home. I'm driving from the gym. Real quick, Nate.
Okay.
Egg lips. LGBTQ. I didn't say.
Community.
My bad.
I'm driving. No, what I was simply saying, and I gotta hang up, but I'll come back later. I gotta grab some dinner. What I was saying was, I have a friend who lives in Atlanta who was often calling me, making jokes about Herschel Walker, but he was adamant about not voting for Stacey, Stacey Abrams.
Oh, really? Wow.
But he was like, he doesn't care about LGBTQ, elemental P, and baby deletion issues. So that didn't bother him about Warner or Warnock, whatever his name is. Now, I think that logic is beyond stupid, but I told you yesterday, or I told you both, and Leon, you interrupted me when I was trying to send you a cash app too. But I told you guys last night, or today, even on Bernard Riley, we're dealing with a very low political IQ electorate here. Even my friends.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
I'm gonna come back, fellas, because it's coming back garbage.
No problem, man. No problem.
All right, brother. But he is right on that, Brother Nate. We are dealing with some individuals who have low IQs. In fact, the school that I attend to, Purdue University, you can't even graduate unless you pass a civics test. They brought that back in there. You have people on there who don't even know the three branches of government. They're out here voting, bro.
There's people that don't know Barack Obama's last name when you ask them what's Barack Obama's last name.
Yeah,
I mean, literally the answer is in the question, but they don't know.
But that's what we're dealing with, brother. And I had a poll question up there. Do Americans really study the issues before they vote? I mean, if you ask them, what are they going to tell you? I just believe they vote with a lot of emotion. They're not like us, Brother Nate. After I got off the panel, I said, wow, Sub-Zero. I had Brother Nate up there and Brother Sir Tyson. Now, I wonder why everybody hates our sector, because we all read out there. We know who the senator, and we know senators and congressmen from states we don't even live in.
That's true.
Well, that's why we can bring it up like that. I mean, most of us, the political IQ is rather low, and I'm happy in South Carolina that your governor got the win. Your governor, but going on these sisters, brother, what happened to all these sisters? Even the one in North Carolina, she ended up getting beat, by the way.
Thank God Beasley lost.
Yes, yeah. And because I was trying, when I was on your in your chat yesterday, I was trying to give you some updates while you all were watching MSNBC. I put Newsmax on, and that's where I was getting mine.
I didn't think to check. Fox for some reason didn't work. I guess it won't let you do that, broadcast it or whatever.
No, that's yeah. But bottom line is, there's so much propaganda going on out here now. I still believe that we're going to have some victory. Shout out to Brother Sean Brown. Happy for everyone that got rid of the Demotards. Well, we haven't gotten rid of them all yet. We're still. Do you know, Brother Nate? They're still counting votes, by the way, in some states.
And who's there ensuring that they're not adding plenty of votes to some particular candidate's total? How are they ensuring that shit? Because I'm telling you, dog, Arizona. How the fuck did Arizona not vote for Kerry?
That's a good question. She was she was out there. I mean, I don't know. Well, Arizona now, brother Mittens, Arizona for sure as they've never done this before. But let me tell you about Nevada. Nevada, the guy, I think his name is Lennox. He's ahead of the incumbent by 2 points. Now, that's after 80% of the vote. Now, when I looked at Nevada, you want to know where a lot of the votes come from? Reno and Las Vegas. And if you look at the state of Nevada, most of it is red. Brother Mitten said they did very, 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 very slow counting votes the day of. They counted all the absentee ballots and claimed victory allegedly.
You know, I don't believe none of these goddamn leftists. They're
Well, no.
all liars. They're cheaters. They're scumbags.
Oh, Brother Sortice says Arizona is not done yet.
Oh, it's not done? Okay.
Well, well, she should carry that. Carrie Lake should carry that state. I mean, you're going from one liberal to another, and what I see in Arizona too is you got a lot of liberals who left California, but they took the liberalism with them to Arizona, so they're now co-opting that state. So that they screwed up one state, so they're going into another. They didn't do that.
That's exactly what the liberals have done in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, and Atlanta, because I remember Georgia used to be straight red, bro.
It still is, man. Dude, RUBYFREEMAN admitted to what she did in 2020. She fucking admitted it on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh.
So, she admitted what she did. She admitted how, if not for her, Trump would have won, if not for what her and her daughter did. She admitted it.
Should she not go to jail for that? Isn't that?
No! They brought her before. Bruh, if you go to YouTube and you search her name, all you get is her testifying in front of the United States Congress with her nasty nails and her hair hat, crying about how she's had to suffer from death threats when she's the one that put it on her fucking Facebook.
Yeah. And Brother Mitt says, correct, they're still counting votes the day of yesterday, which means opens the door for corruption. Oh, that's you know what? I've always said, if you're going to do these mail-in votes or these early votes, the mail-in votes should be counted by 12. Votes should be in by 12 o'clock, midnight. Should not be any trickling in after midnight. They should not. And I think that's a problem right there. Brother Laughing Dog says, been around the worst leftists in the USA all my life. He is right. Everything they say is a lie. I mean, everything. It's all over for what gives them power over you. Brother Laughing Dog, where are you? Are you on the West Coast? I know Survival, he's in the state of Washington. Where are you? Are you one of those blue states? Well, I know me and Nate, we're in red states. Now, my state, Brother Nate, just about everybody won. We only had one Democrat that won. You know where that Democrat won was? I'll tell you where it was. It's in the city of Indianapolis, right around there, Marion County.
Really?
Yeah. See, Indiana is funny. If you look at Indiana, they only have 3 areas that are blue. Indianapolis, then you go to Northwest Indiana because it's outside of Chicago, Gary, and East Chicago, and Hammond. Those are the areas that have your leftists. And if you go right along the Michigan border, right around Niles, Michigan, South Bend, Indiana. Other than that, my state is 100% red. Brother Brown says, you're right, Nate. The penalty should be execution.
Yeah, I'm serious. You fuck with a United States election. I don't care if it's dog catcher. Your life is on the line. Fuck it.
Lives are too impacted by the decisions. That is fact. Laughing Dog says, I was a Minnesotan. Now I am a constitutional carry, Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin. Well, Johnson did win in Wisconsin yesterday. He did win. He got a seat, Nate.
Who's that?
I think his name is Rod Johnson.
Was it
He,
was it a game
was there
for
one now?
Republicans?
It was a Republican. Well, it wasn't. In fact, the Republicans, I'm seeing they lost a seat somewhere. I'm like, where did they lose the seat? What incumbent lost? Unless they're talking about Pennsylvania, because the last senators I knew in Pennsylvania, I know Casey was a Democrat, and then they had I forgot his name, Pat somebody. He was a when I was in Pennsylvania, and and so what we have to do, brother Nate, we got to get more into the politics, even on the local level too, man, because
Yeah.
and this is what we get the manosphere meetup. We need to get people more and more focused on this because just like brother Sean Brown just said in his comment here in the chat, the politicians can have an effect on what we do with our everyday lives since they have the power and they're getting money from all these special interest groups. I'm telling you, December 6th, when Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker square off, the Democrats are going to send a lot of money to Raphael Warnock. See, what I'm seeing yesterday, the Democrats had outspent the Republicans. They have a lot of money from corporations like Walmart. That's the problem. I mean, and
Did the Republican Party really get in there and back Walker, or did they just throw him in there? You know.
that's a good question. I'm going to play the devil's advocate. I think they just threw him in there, and I'm a brother Nate. That question, because it's been on my mind. Maybe the establishment Republicans don't like the Trump back candidates. That's the problem. He said,
Well, I
Herschel,
mean, Trump's destroying them. Trump is literally taking over the Republican Party. Period. He is.
well,
Thank God.
that's the problem. There's that there's that ego between the establishment Republicans and the MAGA Republicans. And the establishment Republicans don't like that. They want to pick candidates like them. I mean, it's funny here in Indiana, Mike Pence's brother won a Congress seat. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And Mike Pence was thinking about running in 24.
Hell no.
They didn't like
Ain't nobody voting for no fucking Mike Pence.
they don't like him here in Indiana either. He was our governor. But I don't understand how Florida. Again, let's look at all the sisters in there that we talked about.
Well, let me say this. Let me just say this real quick.
Good, bro.
The reason Florida was moved so well and you actually had a red wave in Florida is because you have a Republican governor that wasn't putting up with any bullshit.
Right.
And it already had been established that the things that DeSantis was enacting to protect the vote weren't anti-black or anti-minority vote. So the fucking probably one of the few places where there was a free and clear election was Florida.
Yeah, now Florida did have it. I've been worried about Georgia though, right around Atlanta. Now, the demographics have changed in Georgia, and here's why, Nate. Negroes from my old state of Maryland and the North, they're coming down to Atlanta, and guess what?
New York too.
Yeah, well, you from New York, you know how New York. Because there's a guy up here, and he's a little upset on why New Yorkers voted for that governor in there. I forgot her name. The Kathy, I forgot her name. They want, why didn't they vote for Lee Zeldin? Some of them are literally upset, and all these, and then the one in California. So you keep putting these individuals in, and then you're complaining that you're paying all these high taxes. Well, should the people not be accountable for who they put in? So this is why we have to watch, Brother Nate. Maybe it's our job. Maybe we got to start pushing it to teach individuals about what's really going on out there. Maybe we got to do some of that. I know we talk a lot about the women and everything. Yeah, running for politics, that's part of it. But maybe politics, if we want to ever gain some type of power, we have to be part of the situation by going for some local politics, and then we have to do some teaching. Let's be honest. How many brothers in this space? Well, not on our side of the space, Nate. How many brothers do you really think know about politics like we do? You can tell.
Well, they don't have to think about it. They just follow what black women do. They don't have to think. They follow black women. And that's not a slight on black women. I mean,
right.
But they idiot niggas just follow what mama told them to do. That's just what it is.
Yeah, but when those idiot niggas follow what mom told them to do, they're doing the same thing that mom did. They're destroying this country. So what I don't understand is, did people not look at the gas prices? Did people not hear Biden talk about shutting down coal plants?
And that's what just leads me to believe there's more shenanigans going on, dog.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, Stacey Abrams got trounced. 8 points is a shellacking.
Yes.
An absolute shellacking. And that couldn't carry Walker the 1 percentage point he needed. Really? Now, I know Tice said his friend split ticket, voted against Abrams and voted for Warnock. I hope there aren't many more retarded black men like that. Oh, my God.
That split ticket. Nate, I didn't split the ticket. I'm sure you didn't split the ticket either.
No, sir.
I went in there. I knew what I was going to do, and I got up out of there. There are some people. I don't understand why people would split a ticket. I mean, you got a candidate who's supposed to be a pastor, and he is, in my humble opinion, he's demonic as a pastor. But because he speaks,
he was at the Pride Parade this year.
He was.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And the man is supposed to be representing the house of God.
Supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah. Brother Matthew Minton says they did have to high profile a couple of non-political candidates, Count Chocula and Herschel Walker. They were not exactly the best foot forward. Well,
yeah, they kind of threw Herschel Walker in there. I mean, he didn't even live in Georgia, but
I think
the Republican Party of Georgia could have ran a much better black conservative candidate. I'm sorry, they could have moved goddamn Kathy Burnett to Georgia. Shit, whatever. I mean, shit.
I hope she runs again because she would have been good. See, the problem, that's where it got messed up too. Dr. Oz going from New Jersey to Pennsylvania. You know why Dr. Oz didn't stay in New Jersey? I'm going to be honest with you. He wasn't.
That's where all the rich people that live, that work in New York stay.
Yeah, but he wasn't going to win in New Jersey. Not with those corrupt individuals there. In fact, that's where the guy that's where AC lives in New Jersey, in Trenton, a shithole. You look at
Jersey is a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Jersey is a fucking nightmare.
I went to school there. Okay,
taxes, the property taxes are absolute insanity. I don't know how anybody lives in a place like New Jersey, dog.
New York,
absolutely horrible.
Well, you're from New York. You know how it is. That's a hellhole.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And from what I heard, crime is much higher in upstate New York than it is in downstate New York. I'm like, how could that be?
In New York City, really? I didn't know that.
I heard that. Now, should I believe it? I don't know if I should believe that or not. But the city that
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
the city that's rocking with the crime up there is Rochester, and I know where Rochester is, and then you got Buffalo, and then the capital, Albany. Been to all those. Shout out to you, brother Free Zone Lou. Welcome to the chat. But brother Nate, the bottom line is, and I hope Sub Zero is floating around because he's from Georgia. Now, I did run it by you when Stacey Abrams lost. Wrong. Oh, brother Mel got me straight. Shout out to brother Mel. Wrong. Upstate is less crime. The city is more. I heard wrong. Thank you for that correction, brother. I forgot Mel lives in New York. And who's running New York, brother Nate? Eric Adams.
I haven't lived in New York in a long time, bro. So I'm
And
sure
Eric
Mel
Adams,
can tell you.
yeah, Eric Adams is the mayor of New York.
Yeah, he's trying to be halfway decent. You know, he sided with police.
He was
an
a police
incident up
officer.
there. He sided with the police.
Yeah, he's trying. But the bottom line is, you got these blue states out there because I looked at the map. Even my state of Maryland. My state of Maryland is happy because they elected the first black governor. I'm like, well, Maryland's still a high tax state. Okay. From Maryland on up, it was all blue, Nate. Maryland all the way up to Maine.
That's how it always is, though. And they're losing representatives in the House. So many people are moving from states like New York and Illinois and Chicago and Michigan. They're losing representatives. They're literally losing representatives.
You know,
so just let them keep collapsing. Keep voting for fucking Democrats. Keep collapsing your communities. Smart people will get their shit and get the fuck out of there, dog.
Yeah, now in Illinois, I know Tammy Duckworth, that loser, she was winning. And then Pritzker, that roly-poly won. Pritzker won again. The billionaire. Celine
Really?
said, okay. Oh, yeah. It seems like a lot of these people in this space are from Chicago. Yeah, you got
that Jap, Mr. Palmer, a lot of guys from Chicago.
Hardcore General Tito, Black
AJ Seeing Red is from Chicago.
Yeah. There used to be a guy that what is his name? Blexit the Communita. He's from Chicago.
That's right.
So you live in a place like that. Why don't you leave? You know, I don't know. So some of these individuals are afraid to get up and leave, brother Nate. See, they're not like us.
I mean, I left when I was 13. You know, my mom got us out of there, and I thank God every day that she did. Really?
Yeah, hell, you left Memphis, man, and you know that place, man.
Oh, nigga, I had to. I moved to Memphis in 2002.
Woo!
In 05, Memphis is horrible.
Yeah, that's where the cussing pastor's from.
Memphis is absolutely, and fucking K. Michelle lives there. You know, any place K. Michelle lives is horrible.
Yeah. She lives in Memphis, man.
She's from Memphis, dog.
She is.
Yeah, that ratchet ass bitch is from Memphis. Yes. Oh. That is a classic example of what you find in Memphis. A fucking K. Michelle, a woman that could have been nice. Yeah. You know, she could have been attractive. She could have been somebody's wife. She's a fucking nightmare. She's just a fucking nightmare, dog.
Yeah. Man. See, this is why people need to stop over here by Celine says K. Michelle as in Courtney Michelle.
No.
No, that's different. No, that's K. Michelle's
a completely different woman, yeah.
Courtney Michelle, I don't even know. She's from South somewhere.
K. Michelle is an R&B singer.
Yes,
she's an R&B singer.
Yeah.
She can sing too. She can sing her ass off. She's fucking lunatic. That's what she is.
Well, heck, we got Jay-Z used to mess with her. She's from South Bend, Indiana. I forgot her name. God, she was on she's on the Queens of that Fox Soul. She's on
Lisa Ray or
not Lisa Ray. There's another one.
Claudia Jordan.
Not Claudia Jordan. I can't remember the other one's name.
Vivica Fox.
Vivica Fox. She's
Okay.
she's from South Bend, Indiana.
Oh, she is. Wow, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Oh.
Yeah.
Remind me to stay out of South Bend.
Well, you know who else is from South Bend, Indiana? Why I got you up here?
Who?
Buttigieg.
Oh, yeah, I'm staying the fuck out of South Bend, Indiana, dog.
He's the
Hell
transportation
no.
secretary. Yeah, he was the mayor of South Bend.
I bet he was.
Yeah, he ran it into the ground. What's going on, Lawrence? Shout out to your brother Lawrence in the building. Oh yeah, he ran that place into the ground.
And so they gave him transportation secretary.
Yep.
How the fuck would they? Oh my
We
God,
don't know anything about transportation either.
Because they just needed another L. Gibbet person. Let's put one more L. Gibbet person in our fucking administration.
That's it.
Oh, they're disgusting, man.
It's
Biden
all
is
about the
absolutely
symbology with the Biden administration. I mean, John, what is her name? John Pierre.
Yeah,
She's
Jean
dealing
Pierre,
with,
the press secretary. Yeah,
Yeah, she's dealing with a woman from
Malvo. Her name is Malvo. She's a CNN reporter.
Yep.
Yeah. Getting their lesbianist love going. Yes, sir.
Yes. Sir. Well, she's not. But guess what, Nate? John Pierre. She's not dealing with the ABW.
Yeah, she's mixed. The chick from CNN is like mixed or something. Yeah, I'm telling you, these goddamn ABWs don't mess with ABWs when they can, when they're high-ranking lesbian women. They choose women of other races. Wow, SYS. Well, no, SY. Save yourself. Black SYSBLF. Save yourself, black lesbian female.
That's it.
That's what they're doing.
Shout out to Mel. Thank you for the. I meant 50 Cent, not Jay-Z. 50 Cent. And don't clip that. Don't get up there and clip that. That I got it wrong. Yeah, we you know how niggas are. They want to clip shit that we put up there. It was 50 Cent who was messing around with Vivica A. Fox.
Now, Vivica was bad when 50 had her. Vivica was gorgeous, my man. She was stunningly beautiful back in the day. And she just, like so many black women, she mutilated herself with some stupid fucking surgery. Instead of just taking care of yourself and aging gracefully like Winsome Sears. Winsome Sears is an attractive, good-looking, older black woman. Our grandmothers used to look like Winsome Sears.
Oh, yeah.
Just dignified, attractive, older black women.
And yeah, but she's gotten clowned on in Virginia because she figures she has her own, like us, she has her own mind. She's not with the sisterhood. And that song, that rap song that you've been playing, that Coon, I actually like that.
Yes. You got to check that out, dog.
Yeah. Matthew Mitten says, Juice Judge Booty. Yes, they gave him transportation secretary. Sounds like a woman's job. Remember, he said, I used to like to ride on a train in the subway that makes him qualify.
I bet he rode a lot of trains, filthy bastard.
Yeah, I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, I bet he rode a lot of trains.
But they put him in there, and that's all he kept on mentioning was, I'm gonna use the word sweet, so they won't strike my channel down either. SYSBWs, there is no such thing as SYSBW. Every time they've had a movement, they always get their movement or their acronyms
from us.
Yeah, they had Bwigtow, black women going their own way. I remember that.
Who's stopping black women from going there? They've been going their own way for 60 years. They do exactly what they want.
Absolutely.
And I'm not knocking all black women, but decent black women are going to have to come to the realization that, they're going to have to call out the bullshit of other black women, man. They're just going to have to.
Absolutely.
Or it's a wrap for them, man.
That's it. And we've also been joined again by Brother Sir Tice. Brother Tice, what's going on, brother?
Yeah.
Man, you got to have your insight in here too, brother.
Yeah, no. I'm still on the hunt for food, but I want to jump in because it seems like Nate is going to jump off of a cliff, and I want him to recognize, okay, it was not a tsunami. No, but it was definitely a ripple. And maybe we have to, okay, gentlemen, I'm going to ask something odd of us, and then I have a good update I'm going to give. We got to start thinking like these people on what Nate calls the Luciferian left. And what I mean by that is we're thinking far too logical in this. No, so here's what I mean.
Okay.
And I wish I could come up with this point myself, but I'm not dumb enough to have come up with this point. So it'll make sense in a second.
Okay.
You gotta realize that some people literally vote out of spite because their emotions are involved and they don't want to see guys like you two win and be right. So they're gonna deliberately cast for something that even goes against their best interests just so you won't be right. I know that sounds odd as heck, but they don't know what it, well, maybe the Dems weren't wrong when they said people don't know what inflation is. I don't know. I find that rather insulting and patronizing, but let's be honest, most people don't know what that is or exactly how printing more money actually affects things and such. So in some of the races, and then also when you look at Pennsylvania, you're correct, brother Nate, in that maybe they should have had the sister there because a lot of people probably felt sorry for Fetterman. I mean, this sounds ignorant as hell to me, I know. But a lot of people probably felt sorry for Fetterman in that horrific performance, and they probably saw the dude. He don't even live in Philadelphia or in Pennsylvania,
and he's rich.
Right?
You can't go rewarding a rich guy.
Exactly. You know, I have a family member who said, you know, he's no good, and I'm like, you used to listen to that doctor every day, but now he's no good. I'm like, wait a minute, no good because he runs for as a Republican. So we got to realize we're dealing with a lot of people like that. Now, here's some of the positive news.
Okay, let's hear it.
And this is from your beloved CNN. Can you guys still hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
So this is from your beloved CNN. Now, how a modern election takes this long to count, I'm not sure. But in Arizona, in the governor race, Katie Hobbs is up with 73% reporting. Katie Hobbs is up by only 3,000 votes.
What?
So Lake has pulled in big time, and that's 73% voting. So you still have there's a reasonable reason that, you know, or there's a reasonable way that she could possibly, that'd be Carrie Lake, could still win that race. So that's what I'm saying. Let's not concede that. Now let's talk about this here specifically. It's in the Nevada race. Leon, you know more about this than I do. I haven't looked at that total yet. But if that here's okay, the House is going to be on the red side.
Yeah.
Now it's very possible that it doesn't matter, as you described earlier, what happens with the runoff in Georgia, and that this could happen. And this is the point we're talking about. Yeah, it's not the tsunami, but you got the control back. And I want to be clear to the audience, to anybody else that's clipping this. Oh, wait a minute. The idiots that do the clipping. This is too high level conversation for them. So never mind.
Don't clip my
shit. Well, let me ask you this, Tice.
Well, let me finish this thing real quick. Okay. The idiots that do the clipping, damn it, and you just made me I'll remember it right now. I was just basically saying that it was basically just about how, while it may not have we're gonna still hold these MFers on the right accountable for the laws they pass. We're going to be following the politics even more closely so that they don't try to push no BS either. We're going to give it to them all. That's what I wanted to say and be clear. Just because they may control, they may control the purse strings, that's what the House and the Senate, that doesn't mean that they're going to get a pass and we're seeing in happy days are here again. No. You got elected to put our initiatives through. So we're going to start off with election reform, number one. Okay, you know, then the other things. But go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, I'm wondering, you're a resident of the state of Florida. Why was there a red tsunami in Florida and not in these other
Because I
states in the country?
mentioned this to you yesterday on your show, but I know there's a lot of things going on. A lot of people have lived the whole COVID thing and saw how other states were living and functioning through that, and recognize, like, look, this we could have been them. I may hold my nose while I vote red for the first time, but I'm voting red, and a 20-point win is definitely indicative of that. A lot of people who they didn't expect to vote red voted red. I mean, dude, I said it improperly yesterday. There is no Democrats being represented in any Florida state house anymore.
Well, you guys went
Beautiful.
red. You guys went red, Sir.
I mean,
God, man.
yeah. I mean, they literally, like you guys said, they literally went, okay, we're cleaning house. I mean, I don't like too much representation on one side, but at the same time, when we recognize this is not your father's, or this is not even a Democratic Party of 10 years ago, let alone 20 and 30 years ago. So people went in, and dare they say, maybe it's the fact that a lot of Republicans, and maybe this is something we got to talk about. This is why I said maybe we have to look at it like this. For some people, it's culture based. They find Republicans to be drab, whereas DeSantis exudes leadership and is willing to stand up and things like that. I'm not saying it because I live here. I'm just simply saying, whereas Dr. Oz, hell, he wasn't that much better than Fetterman on the debate, and that should have been a slam dunk, But then again, the mentality of Pennsylvanians and Floridians and things, people who've moved here is different. But I'm not saying I would like to see conservatives start doing goofy dances and all this other patronizing nonsense that the Democrats do. But there's going to have to be something that they're going to have to do to address this culture disconnect issue. Any thoughts on that?
I agree with that, because it seems to me that the Republicans are always on the defensive. Now, shout out to Sam Abdul. Now, going back to Pennsylvania, Brother Tice, I mentioned it last night. Pennsylvania, I lived there for 10 years. And let me tell you about Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has, for the most part, been a blue state because of Lehigh County, Berks County, because that's where Reading, Pennsylvania, and Allentown, and of course, Northampton County, that's where Bethlehem is. Then you have Easton, and then you move over to Allegheny County. That's where Pittsburgh is, and Beaver County. Then you go into Dauphin County. That's where Harrisburg is. And then you go around those counties around Philadelphia and like Delaware County, and there are plenty of other counties around. 4 counties around Philadelphia. They're all blue. And that's
are these just more blue collar blue, or
no? Well, Harrisburg is the capital. Pittsburgh is blue collar. That's where your steel used to be. My mom is from Pennsylvania. She was born and raised in New Brighton and Midland, Pennsylvania, right along the Ohio River. That's where they had everything back in the 50s. And then it just in the 80s, the steel stopped being made, and the areas became very, very depressed. That's the problem with some of these. Just like some of the areas in Ohio. It used to be the Rust Belt. And even in Maryland, my dad worked at the steel mill, Sparrows Point. A long, long, long time ago, Maryland was a red state, but Maryland's been blue. And we got to look at the
even when it's red, it's blue.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
Maryland. Nate, you're right, because of Baltimore and around D.C. You got the federal. You got the federal workers.
I mean, when people make television shows, multiple television shows about how violent and corrupt your city is, you know how many shows have been made about Baltimore?
Yeah, The Wire was one big.
Wire. There's a show called The Corner made by Charles S. Dutton. It was the precursor to The Wire. This fucking place is a nightmare. Fucking Baltimore must be. Anything rung top down by black Democrats, dog, God help you.
Well,
God help you, man.
I'm gonna tell you both something. You and Brother Tice. My state of Maryland, Baltimore's got a black male mayor, and now they got a black governor. Black male governor.
So where all the complaints about white supremacy, where do they go now?
I'm glad. Yes. Brother saw me. Yeah, my mom is from New Brighton and Brian Davis. Yeah, Gary, Indiana. I live about an hour and a half from Gary, Indiana. Yes. Another crap hole, Gary, Indiana, where the Jacksons and Denise Williams are from. So yeah, we got.
Is there? I want to ask you two gentlemen something. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Yeah, I want to ask you two gentlemen something. Like, if you wanted to, where's the best city in the country being run by a black politician? Where would you want to move that's being run by somebody black, whether they're conservative, whether they're Republican or Democrat? Name for me a city being run by black folks that you would love to live in. Can either one of you do that?
I can't think of any cities. No. I can't think of any cities
that terrible.
Ran by black people that aren't left.
You would want to live in.
Now I can think.
Tell us about Detroit, Tice.
Well, Detroit has a Caucasian mayor, and
they do. Oh wow,
has had one since 2014. But in a population or in a city with a population of 600,000 or 700,000. Well, no, wait till you hear this. In a city with a population of 600,000 or 700,000 now, that was 1 million when I was 18.
Oh yeah, they're losing.
But no. Wait till the cherry on top comes. In a city with that type of populace, the mayoral election and the presidential election easily gets no more than 60 or 70,000 voters. So of that 600,000 or 700,000 people, I want to say 400,000 are adults. So yes, only 60 or 70,000 people actually vote there. So
who do they have to vote for?
Yeah.
Well,
like,
most people.
If you really had like a charismatic, brilliant, young, black, doesn't even have to be a conservative, just somebody coming in with new ideas, a Republican. Go inspire these people to come out and fucking vote for somebody. If you're voting between two Democrats or the Democrats are going to win, I can see why people don't vote.
Yeah. That's the best thing I can just say to that. Yeah. Listen, man, I think it's so dire with so many folks right now with this low IQ. I don't care about politics. They two birds of the same feather, two sides of the same coin. All that goofy nonsense.
You dealt with that this morning, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I said that. You talking
about?
I
remember you.
The old boy on Bernard's was talking about, the two birds of the same feather.
I will say this. I will say about that brother. I will say this about that brother. At least that brother was reasonable or was amenable to listen.
He was.
Versus,
but you see, he dropped off. Why did he drop off?
Yeah, I see that. I just realized my cousin's football game is on right now.
No problem.
What I was going to say is, I do want to finish this point. Whereas somebody like, I don't want to use names on Leon's channel, but the guy from New Jersey, like that guy, you can't even talk to him.
No, you can't.
Oh, I know who I'll use his name. You mean AC Star?
C. I said C.
Because you can't talk to that dude. I know.
Yeah, so it's like, but unfortunately, this is the average person. I was in Detroit for almost a week and a half last week. God forbid the conversation. Thank God for Beats headphones. The conversation shift to politics, because I'm going to hear some of the most ignorant nigga babble I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, I don't know why you don't vote for Val Demings, because she's a dumbass. That's why.
Hey, did she get creamed or what? Tice? She got creamed, didn't she?
Listen, man, it's a damn shame she even won the county that I lived in. But I try to explain to non-political people, losing by 20 points is like losing by 20 points and pick a sport, except for baseball. Well, obviously that's not that possible. It's possible, but losing by 20 points in a basketball or football
It's a
game.
landslide, dog.
Yeah, it's like but look at it. It was already declared at 9 o'clock. That's what was so hilarious about that. You know,
it was. It was. And
Florida.
Brother Tice, thank you for that $10 cash app, bro.
Oh no problem there. I appreciate this. Is good to actually just talk politics. How can Arizona
Please
be? I'm looking at this Blake Masters thing. That's going to be a long shot. Oh, I'll look at Nevada right now. Were you still using Newsmax, or
I've been using Tice. I've been using Newsmax. I mean, Nate threw on some MSNBC, and let me throw Newsmax.
My apologies.
Nate, I just didn't have that energy for that Newsmax. I mean, that MSNBC, because I knew what was coming.
I messed up.
I mean, yeah, but like I said, I was looking at Nevada. I'm telling you, and I know, and shout out to Reg. Reg did get it wrong. Reg said the Republicans might not take the Senate, but that's because he was on earlier. When I read it, 48 Democrats, 49 Republicans. The Republicans will win, in my humble opinion, Alaska, which will put them at 50, and the 51st is going to come from Nevada. Watch. The last time I checked, he was leading by 2.5 percentage points. They only need one seat. That's all they need. And if they get that one seat, the bonus would be if Herschel Walker won. But they only need one seat.
The Republican Party, and maybe this is where I may have to actually literally get involved. I've already vowed that I'm going to go to the convention wherever it is in 2024.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah, but they're going to have to figure out. I'm not a political strategist, but I think I can help in some things, in their messaging and things like that. I was just looking at something here, slightly off topic. So Twitter is cutting a bunch of jobs, and guess what? Meta, aka Facebook, is cutting 11,000 jobs.
Wow.
Now, what's interesting about this is that Rand Paul's a senator, right?
Rand Paul, yeah, he won. He's a senator out of
Kentucky. Yeah. I remember one of his last vehement message. He said, when we take over the House, we're going to get all those documents you sent unsealed, and we're going to expose your corruption, Dr. Fauci. And that's what I mean about this, why this is important. So, I mean, we have a right to know, was it a lab leak? I'm not going to say, was it a lab leak or things? What did they cover up? We obviously know that they've been deliberately censoring things. So I want to see these documents. And this is why I think when I was going to go into that, Nate, this morning with that dude, because on that two sides of the same coin nonsense, we got to stop this. All right, let me look for some food because the stores were all closed and the line was too long in Publix. Oh, that's what's shut up to the brother Osama.
Yeah, Osama says Maryland has the highest black education percent, by far the highest black median income. Prince George's County, that's why. Two wealthiest black counties in America, aside from Baltimore City, blacks are solid. Yeah, true, Osama. Being a Marylander myself, that county doesn't have any black businesses. Most of those black people work in Washington for the federal government. If they had black businesses, then I could give them a little bit more respect. Yeah, you have Upper Marlboro, you have Kettering, you have Mitchellville, but then you step out of that, you got Landover, you got Tacoma Park, which are a lot of Mexicans that live in Tacoma Park, District Heights, Capitol Heights. Then you got Kenilworth. Hoods too.
Those are bad places now.
Oh yeah, they're bad places. College Park, New Carrollton. That's what Tommy Jean is from. She's from New Carrollton. See, we're both from Maryland, so we know. Now, my mom, not a good part of Maryland. My mom still lives in Howard County, Maryland. That's Columbia, Maryland, but that's outside of Baltimore. Then you got Towson. But then when you go to Baltimore, then you got crap holes like Dundalk, Middle River. That's where all your low-class white folk live. Then Niggerville happens right around the Beltway in Woodlawn.
Niggerville.
That's what it is, bro. You go outside Liberty Road, Randallstown. Woo!
What is it? What is it more that can be done? Listen, I'm not necessarily. How do I say this? I don't want to say I'm trying to get more guys on the side, but I'm actually lying. I mean, what
Go
can
ahead
we
and get it
do?
out, bro. You're free
What
here.
can we what can we do to get more of these young King Randos? These other young emerging right-centered men featured. That's what I think can sway things culturally.
We got to connect with Tyson. We got to connect with them and probably get them to the Manosphere meet them, have them speak or something. Got to get
Right.
them.
Hey, hold that thought, gentlemen.
To,
Keep going. I guess I'm stepping away. I can hear you guys.
I mean, brother Nate, just like you were talking about, brother Steve Turley. I don't care what color it is. Maybe we got to get guys like that out there, man. Who
Trust me,
actually
I'm going after Dr. Steve Turley to speak at the first annual Cyric dinner at the. I absolutely am, though.
And then, okay, now that you have control of it, we had to go a different way. Okay, instead of talking about IT, maybe we need to get in and start talking about politics and no community building, brother. The community is dead. Okay, no more black community. It's dead. We have free thinking black men. We have to get involved politically. We have to start getting more into education and things like that. Something that we can take our skills and actually diversify with, because right now many of us are idiots out here, man. Low political.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I know a lot of people say, let it burn, and it's just, I know it's it's harsh, it's meant to ruffle people's feathers, but I did a stream called "The Difference Between a Community and the Communita."
Yes,
people from the community cannot have any real effect on the people from the communita. You cannot fix a communita from the outside. It's insane. These people have grown comfortable with their welfare, with their Section 8, with their free lunches, with their Obama phones, with all the things they get, all the Medicare that their children, they've grown comfortable with their $8 apartments, $8 a month.
And crime
an apartment too. That costs me and you $1,000.
Yeah, mine's going up, by the way, near $1,000. Shout out to Clue. Clue is absolutely out of his mind. Get off the block. Get him. Oh, we got brothers. Welcome to the panel. Haven't seen you up here in a while. What's going on, Citizen Lou?
What's going on?
Lou got the blonde-headed jokers from House of the Dragon.
Oh, yeah, this is Chorus Valerian. Yeah, the richest man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, man.
You from California, brother Lou. Man, what's happening out
No, I'm from Mississippi.
Oh God, no. Who? You from
Mississippi? I'm registered in Mississippi.
Oh, well, I know I just had another brother up here. He was from Mississippi too. I think it was Brother Davis or something. Yeah, he's from Jackson, Mississippi. Tell me about that crap hole. Is it being run by Democrats too? I know they had no water in Jackson.
Well, but Mississippi is a Republican state, though.
Yeah, it's still Republican.
When Brett Favre stole that money, that was with what's his name? Not Tate Reeves, but the one Phil Bryant, the last governor before Tate Reeves. It was So I mean, Mississippi's pretty fucked in a lot of ways, but yeah,
they're last in so many different things, like obese. Well, they're first in horrible shit and last in like the good shit a lot of times, from what I understand.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I think we looked at they're like number one in COVID deaths too. It's pretty crazy.
Oh wow,
Christ.
Yeah, I mean nobody would. Yeah, I saw it on my feed. I was like, yeah, nobody's really talking about the midterms like that. So I've been wondering.
Yeah, we talking about it.
Yeah, I know. I've been wanting to, intellectually spar with some people about it. Just kind of.
We'll go on up here with us because
we are ready. Go for it.
We started last night talking about it. I'm just piggybacking. We're probably gonna go into it tomorrow.
Yeah, I just think that, man, the Republican Party is starting to kind of, I don't know, man. I think Trump did a lot of damage to the Republican Party, man.
Damage. Interesting.
Yeah, they're split. You can tell they're not really going by what they used to go by over before Trump. They're kind of like it's just Trump or die, or you got like the traditional Republicans and you got like the Trump Republicans, and that's causing like a schism in the party. Because like I was looking at like some of those ballot issues in like the Republican states, like Montana and Idaho, like now you gotta like the whole voter ID thing. It's like, bro, those states didn't even have what they called voter irregularities like that. So that communicates to me that the platform now is the election was the presidential election was fraudulent, and they're running with the Trump side of that thing instead of like what they did before. And now you see Mitch McConnell speaking out against Trump. He's saying that because pretty much everybody Trump back lost.
Of course, absolutely, and it's beautiful. Can I chime in? Are you finished?
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay. I'd love. This is right up my alley.
Go ahead.
Okay, man. So everybody's been complaining about the two-party system and how both parties are the same and two birds of the same feather, two sides of the same coin. And now the Republican Party is doing something about that. Both the establishment of both parties completely corrupt and entrenched in special interests from overseas. They care more about what people in China, the leadership in Israel, and other countries think versus the American public. All of our trade deals were done by Republicans and Democrats to sell us out completely. All of these trade deals are lopsided. Here comes Donald Trump. Regardless to what you think about him, he loves America. He loves the American businessman. He's a patriot. He's a populist. He's a nationalist. That's just what he is. He cares about this country. He cares about most of the people in it, and he wants to see them successful. I don't give a fuck if he cuts some money off for him on the side, or I don't give a shit, because the man had us energy independent. He had America selling oil to other countries. If not for the pandemic, this man would have had the lowest unemployment in recorded history in the country instead of just 50 years. The economy was growing at 4%. Barack Obama said that was impossible. He said it would be impossible during his last term when Trump was running for the economy to ever get back to growing at 4%. About a year and a half in, Trump got us to 4.1% GDP before the goddamn pandemic. Now, in response to the disarray of Republicans, this is good because everything's being shook up. The establishment Republicans, Liz Cheney, and all the other trash are on notice. You're going to get primaried and you're going to get voted out since you don't care about the American people. It's just like in '94 with the Tea Party. It was pretty much, I don't know how old you are.
The Tea Party was in 2010, I thought, during Obama. You had mentioned that on your panel. That was
I thought, what happened in '94?
That's the crime bill that the Democrats.
But Bill Clinton lost.
That's when the Gingrich Republicans came in.
Oh, that was Contract with America. My bad. Right. That was Contract with America when they came in. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tea Party was during
2010.
Was 2010. My bad. My apologies. But yeah, man, Donald Trump, every single establishment Republican he primaried, he won 93% of the time, man. He is taking over the Republican Party. I'm glad he is, not because he's Trump, but because we're putting people like Mitt Romney and John McCain up as our candidates, and they are fucking garbage. John McCain was garbage. Mitt Romney is garbage. Mitch McConnell is garbage.
Yeah.
They're garbage. They're almost as bad as Democrats, but they give lip service to capitalism and won't sell us out completely and raise taxes up to 90% like the Democrats want to. But they're still empty suit pieces of shit on the right.
Right. So I wanted to touch on something you said earlier. You were saying about how Trump loves America.
Yes.
When Trump increased those tariffs, that actually hurt Americans.
Well,
and all our
it's a
prices went up.
tactic in trade wars. I mean, when there's
But
go
it
ahead.
hurt us though. Like our stuff went up. Like everything we
I
bought.
understand. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think his renegotiating these trade deals will ultimately have benefit for the American people? I mean, if there has to be some difficulty initially, if there's a short-term setback to get a long-term benefit, the tariffs have to be enacted. These
Well,
people. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna answer that question. I mean, if you talk about other countries, if you tax another country higher, they're just gonna go somewhere else. They'll just go to
Yeah.
Brazil. They'll just go to Mexico. They'll just get the products from somebody. There's aluminum, metal, they're all around the world. It's not just America. So when you increase the
You're
taxes and make
absolutely
it,
right. But he's doing something. We all would have to admit, at least he's trying to do something.
Yeah, but it hurt us though. It hurt America.
I understand. Say he didn't handle COVID as well as he could have. There was some things that hurt us there. He's not perfect, bro. But he's the best president we've had in the last 50, 80 years. I'll say that. And I think I can defend that idea too.
Yeah, I don't know if because Ohio lost all those jobs, and I think it was like somewhere like 2,000 factories closed under Trump. I mean, it's that trade war. We kind of got owned. Like we kind of got destroyed in that shit. Like that was a war we probably never should have been in.
So, in your opinion, we should have just kept the trade deals the way they were, where we have these incredible deficits every year with China and with almost every other country. We have no surplus. I mean, there's no plus side to any of our trade deals. We are in the hole to everybody. All of our major trade partners, all of them have the take on us, in GATT, NAFTA, everything. We are the ones lagging behind because the Democrats and the Republicans sold us out with these trade deals. They sold us out. And yeah, it's going to be hard in the beginning trying to get this huge behemoth of a ship on the proper course, but he's at least taking the beginning steps, man. I have to give it to him. I don't think there's any clean or easy way to fix this. And I'll be honest with you, 98% of the people who run for president would never even try this because they would get killed. You fuck with these trade deals, they will kill you. They will your plane will go down. You'll die of some strange brain cancer or some shit. You fuck with these multi-trillion-dollar trade deals, they will fucking kill you. And I couldn't believe he was doing it. He's like, man, I don't give a fuck what they think. This is wrong. You remember when he was, I think at the G8, remember he busted through everybody and then it fixed his jacket? You remember that?
I saw that.
You know, he busted through everybody, fixed his fucking jacket, and he took the fucking front. Man, that's my dog, Jack.
I get it that the bravado, the nigga bravado of them, but that's not like that doesn't translate to American.
It's for America.
Yeah, it's I guess it but that doesn't like help us out.
I know it doesn't, but it does send a message to the world. Instead of bowing down to the Saudis, instead of bowing down and genuflecting to everybody, he's like, no, America's here. I represent America, and I'm not selling us out. That's what I like. Because all the other presidents, Democrat and Republican, for the most part, did that.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, man. It's just the whole point is though, like the trade wars, it does lower the quality of life in America. Because like I think I saw something. It's like if iPhones were made in America, they cost like $50,000 to buy. I mean, that's just. I mean, it's a necessary evil, right? It's a necessary thing
to a certain extent, yeah.
Right.
But also, you have to keep in mind, iPhones get made with slave labor. Foxconn, which makes Apple products, has suicide nets on the side of the building because the Chinese kill themselves.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Okay, good. So, I'm not lying to you.
Yeah,
so it's made by torturous slave labor. That's why your iPhone can be sold for $100 or whatever.
Right, exactly. It's better them than me. So,
hey, resources. I understand. But the way people lose their freedoms and end up in Foxconn nightmare hellholes is by giving all their power to their government, which is what the CCP has over their people. So
Russia has.
we cannot vote Democrat, And any Republican that plays this stupid game of robbing us of our freedoms and what's guaranteed to us in the Constitution needs to be dragged out of office also.
Yeah,
I don't know how you get anything from the Democrats. I just don't know.
So what are the Republicans? What's their platform?
Oh, sure. The standard Republican platform is lower taxes. You get to take more of your money home as a working American. The reduction, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur, 15% capital gains tax is magnificent for business owners. Because most business owners don't just put their money in their pocket. They want to expand their business. Expanding business means more jobs. More jobs means a better country.
Better raises.
But after those, like when Trump was elected, the 2017 tax cuts, when you look at places like Ohio and Michigan, after those tax cuts, there were no new jobs created. So
it's not.
So the tax cuts really don't correlate to new jobs. They actually.
I would disagree. Not only do tax cuts correlate to new jobs, in my opinion, it also incredibly increases the receipts into the federal government. In 1962 or 3, JFK, a Democrat, cut taxes drastically. I believe he cut the top tax rates from 90 to 65%. JFK had tax cuts across the board. And like the receipts into the federal government exploded because people have more money of their own and they're going to spend it. They're going to spend it on appliances. They're going to spend it on homes. They're going to spend it on things because people spend. And it exploded the amount of receipts into the federal government. Cutting taxes is good, period. I don't know how anybody argues that I want the federal government to take more of my money and waste it.
Yeah, but the money they're not taking like everyday people's money. They're taking like people at a certain income threshold. They're not taking like
everybody's money gets taken. DMX, when he first started rapping, he was on BET, whatever, 106 in Park. He said he got his first $80,000 check. DMX is a poor nigga from Yonkers. He got his first $80,000 check. The federal government took 40 of it. DMX was a regular guy at the time. And he got his first bit of money, and here comes the fucking feds to rape him in his ass. No, thank you. No, thank you.
There's no other country he could be. There's no other country he could, rap about the shit he raps about and make money.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about America. I would say this though.
Do you like paying higher taxes?
Do I like paying higher taxes?
As much money as you can.
If the taxes go to things that are cool, like
you trust these people, Republican or Democrat.
My taxes go to the federal truck, the federal highway system that truck drivers use. I don't drive a truck.
A small part of it goes there, dog. Most of that money gets wasted, grafted, stolen. With $3,000 toilet seats in the military.
Most of my money is going to Social Security and Medicaid. I mean, if we want to have that discussion,
there's no money in the Social Security fund. There's no, it's nothing but IOUs in there.
That's the top three. The top three spending for the government is Social Security, Medicaid, and defense. So
I love that you said that. You said Medicaid or Medicare.
It's like both Medicaid/Medicare. It's like
because both. Medicare, 40% of Medicare is fraud. 40%, 40. That's what happens when the federal government runs shit. You get 40% fraud. 40 of Medicare is fraudulent. Hell no, I don't want the fucking federal government doing anything except what's absolutely necessary because the federal government ruins shit. Anytime you remove the incentive of competition and punishment for poor performance, you will destroy something. And that's why it's filled with hateful old women, a lot of them black women and old white women. You go to the DMV, it's nothing but fucking women. These women do whatever the fuck they want. The teachers union do whatever the fuck they want. They're taking your kid to trans convicted pedophile story time at the library. This is your federal government, dog. That
wait, that's state. That's like the whole library. That's
whole
just,
teachers union is federal, and they co-sign all this shit.
wait, the teachers union,
all of it.
No, the teachers union. They're a group. They're like a non-profit organization, right? They're not.
They are the
lobby,
attack dogs for the Democrat
huge
Party.
lobby, citizen.
Yeah, they're a lobby group
for the Democrats.
Yes,
not the Republican Party has no relationship with the teachers union, none. And because of the teachers union, because they protect the worst teachers in the world, you got white suburban women with blue hair and rainbow suspenders telling your 5-year-old boy he can be a girl. And look, I'm not trying to attack you, Lou, but this is what the fuck is going on. This is exactly what's going on all over the country. That's why people are exploding at city council, at school board meetings. They are losing their shit. AOC got cussed out a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, but see, that's my point of contention, right? The teachers teaching kids that they can be whatever gender fluid. To be honest, I mean, I don't think that's happening at the massive scale as they make it to say. I think that's like small pocket. Yeah, exactly. Libs of TikTok. They're pulling like small incidents where that happens and just putting it up for millions of people to see.
Tens of thousands of these videos.
It's kind of the same thing how they do police brutality, right? Like when you don't have that many incidents of police brutality, but you put it on there every day, like as if it's happening all the time. Like I haven't met a guy. I was just saying, a guy at my job. To be honest, he was with that gender shit, and nobody else really agreed with him, but nobody really said anything because that's his kid. Nobody really gives a fuck, right? But I mean, as a parent, that's when you just kind of step in. I mean, then you got to like step in for the school board, and I don't think that's a democratic thing. I think that's somebody stupid. Because to be honest, I don't like when I see certain Democrats, when I see like Nancy Pelosi, when I see like Chuck Schumer and shit like that, I don't think I think they might be, I think they're actually pretty conservative as a matter of fact. I don't think they align with AOC.
Chuck Schumer.
One is a New York
Senator.
State senator. One is a California state senator.
She's in California, but she's not
two least conservative places on earth.
Right, but she's not super crazy liberal like AOC at all.
Dog. Oh my wow. You ever see what her daughter produces? You ever see what her daughter produces with her movies?
Who you talking about? Amy Schumer?
Sorry, man. We just disagree, Lou.
You talking about Amy Schumer, the comedian?
No, I'm talking about Pelosi's daughter.
Well, she produces some movie. Well, she
produces documentaries and movies, all pro-gay, pro-fag, everything woke. This shit is a disease, Citizen Lou. They are. I don't know how any, and I'm not attacking you, Lou, but we have a political party promoting 11-year-old girls to get double mastectomies and hysterectomies so they can become boys. We have a political party promoting the rape of children by adults. They write papers. There's a professor, I forgot his name, in Texas, well-known liberal and leftist. He writes papers, quote, the benefits of adults sleeping with children. The benefit.
Shout out to Mahogany Roots. She's in the building.
But what's up, Mahogany? But none of that is on the ballot, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's not on the ballot, but it's in all the libraries, and they're gonna start raping children soon. So
no, they're not.
It doesn't have to be on the ballot, dog.
No, they're not, man. They're not about to come on, man.
They're not. They're literally talking about doing it. NAMBLA has worked its way completely into the homosexual movement.
But they're not talking about raping children, bro. Like,
sure they're not. Sure they're not.
I think California put that law out. Remember, Nate?
Thank you. No, I guess Citizen Lou doesn't know. SB 145. Why don't you go read about it? Where a man 10 years the senior of a 14-year-old boy can have sex with him legally now. Go read SB 145, Lou, and then come back and talk to me.
I'm reading right now. It says the sex offender existing law requires a person convicted of one of certain crimes as specified to register with the law as a sex offender while residing in California or while attending school.
They can have sex with somebody 10 years their junior. As long as they're 10
hold on,
years, they're junior.
SB 45 is talking about sex offender registration. Am I not?
SB 145.
That's what I'm looking at.
145.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's talking about sex offender registration. It's saying they have to.
As Gavin Newsom signed that in the law.
Gavin Newsom signed this. Go check it out, bro.
I'm looking at it right now. I don't see anything about
it. Read through
Shout
it
out to
completely.
Deacon Dave.
All right, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at. I'm all right because Brandon Tatum he posted some shit a while ago when they found out he was lying, talking about. So I'm starting to. I don't know. Any person order. I don't. Hold on, man. Because I'm reading the bill right now. I don't see
they put all kinds of stuff in there that we can't understand. All that jargon in there. You got to watch it.
Because this says it's talking about.
It made 24-year-old men able to have sex with 14-year-old boys. That's what it did. And there's plenty of articles out there talking about it. You want to read the whole bill? Go for it. But there's plenty of articles citing what they did and how Gavin Newsom signed it. And when asked, when the Democrat legislature was asked why they did it for teenage boys so they won't feel ostracized. Yeah. So if you think there's no big deal,
at the end of the day, a judge will have full. Okay, so I'm looking at it right here. It says the bill only applies to young people aged 14, 15, or 16 or 17. It says
okay. I said 14.
No, it's more to it. It says the vast majority of cases where a judge may decide not to put someone on the registry will be cases where the age range is close. At the end of the day, a judge will have full discretion to place someone.
Yeah,
it's about the sex registration. It's not about whether you can fuck kids or not.
No. It's about whether if there's any punishment for when you have sex with them.
No,
that's what it's about.
That's what the punishment is, being on the sex registration. Right.
And they can opt not to punish the people. Judges are now left with the discretion instead of them having to punish them. Jesus Christ, dude.
No, hold on, man, because I'm just looking at this shit. It doesn't legalize. No, man, because you said they're raping children. It doesn't legalize sex with minors or pedophilia.
It allows no. First of all, I didn't say SB 145 is about raping children.
You said, hold on, man. You said they were raping children, and I said, huh?
And I'm going to tell you how.
You said,
you want me to show you?
145.
Do you want me to show you?
I'm going.
I can show you.
Hey, calm down, bro. Ain't nobody talking about.
Nah, nigga, this is bullshit.
What you mean? What's
bullshit? Why don't you let me show you? Let me show you.
Look it up. Pull it up.
Pull it up.
I'm gonna pull up a video. Registration. This talking about registration.
I'm gonna pull up a video for you.
You just talking to some dumb shit.
No. You're on some fucking dumb shit.
Go ahead and pull it up.
Because I'm gonna show you what the fuck these motherfuckers are doing.
Pull it up, because
I am gonna pull it up, nigga.
It say, hey, calm down. It say something about
fucking playing games with kids.
They don't say nothing about fucking kids. It says it's about the sex offender.
Oh my god,
nigga.
It says they cannot be
falling for some bullshit ass misinformation shit.
Oh my god, nigga.
You don't even live in California, so why are you even worried about it?
So why do I care that American children, fucking adults, can have sex with 14-year-old boys?
Fuck, it's about the sex offender registration list.
And them not being put on it.
Right, but you said it was fucking kids, though. You said
that is not what I said. Let me show you about the fucking.
Hold on, play it back. I'm gonna play.
Let me show you about the fucking kids.
You said. Hold on, that's why you get mad.
You don't give a fuck.
No, because
that's what it's about, dog.
You said they were fucking kids. I'm like, bro.
I'm gonna show you what they're doing.
Did you? Hold on, wait.
I'm gonna show you what they're doing.
Hey, Leon. Did
you don't give a fuck?
Hold on, Leon. Did he not say they was fucking kids?
I'm gonna show you what I was talking about.
Wait, did you or did you not say they legalized?
Not in association with that law.
Did you or did you not say?
I said they're out here promoting.
Hey, bro, just because you
I said they're out here promoting fucking
we trying to have a conversation, bro. Listen.
Bro, I can't have a conversation with somebody who's cool with it.
Well, then don't talk. Talk to me then, Leon.
I'm about to show you, nigga. You came up here after me.
No, I didn't. I'm talking to Leon. This is Leon's show, nigga.
You came up here after me.
No, I did. Hey, Leon, hold on. What did I say? I said nobody's talking about the election. I want to talk about the election. Now you talking about coming for you, nigga. You always think somebody after you, nigga. Nobody after
you came up here talking to me.
You came
up here talking to me.
No, you said no. I said Bro, you talked to me. You said, "What's up, Lou?" I said, "Oh, what's up?" I'm Corey.
Oh, yeah, horrible of me to do that, right?
I what? No, hold on. I'm not here to go at you. Oh, I'm chasing Nate. Right? No, I don't know. I know where you at.
I didn't say you were doing that. I said you addressed me.
Yeah,
that's all I said. You're stretching shit out into the goddamn cosmos.
And let me jump in there.
I'm confused.
I'm about to show him. I'm about to show him them. I'm about to show him what they're doing to children.
I didn't know I was here to attack you, Nate. But like I said,
wait, hold, fellas.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mel.
Here's the video. Here's the video, y'all. Here's the video. No. We need to play this video first.
Fair use.
Why don't we read it instead of playing video?
Where's the link that you have, Nate? I'll check it out to be like an intermediate between y'all.
I don't need no. The host of the channel's here, and I'm putting it so he can put it up.
Why don't we read the law? Why don't we read?
No, why don't we look at why don't we look at an 11-year-old boy stripping in a bar for pedophiles?
Why would I want to look at that? Why would I want to look at an 11-year-old boy stripping it? No, we're not. Come on.
Oh, so you don't want to see it? You don't want to see what I'm talking about.
We're talking about. No, hold on, man. Listen. Listen. You said,
bullshit.
Hold on. No. I'm gonna tell you what's bullshit when you said they fucking kids. They legalized fucking kids. That's just lying. That's just blatant misinformation.
So if I can show you an 11-year-old boy stripping where they're drinking alcohol and they're throwing money at him, it's adult men in a bar. You're gonna say it doesn't exist?
No, I'm not saying it doesn't exist.
I can show you that right now.
What I'm saying. I asked you a question. You said SB 145.
Wait, Lou. Let me talk to him.
You pointed. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know the truth.
Oh, Lou, just keep quiet for a second.
The truth is right here.
Misinformation bullshit.
I know, Lou. Just let me talk to him for a minute. Let me talk to him. Give me 5 minutes.
What? Why you got to talk to him? What you got to calm the nigga down? I mean,
that's what I'm trying to do. But let me talk to him. Let me talk to him. Let me do what I do.
You can have a calm discussion about politics.
Let me do it. Let me talk to Nate. October 17th. Nate, you still there, Nate?
Bro, do you want to show this, Leon?
That's why I'm trying. That's why I'm trying to stop y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to be kind of careful how we playing certain things on the channel. We don't know if they might report him for that. They could be promoting.
I've played it on my channel a bunch of times, dog.
Yeah.
This is from YouTube.
They might report you behind that.
This is from YouTube. The video is all over YouTube.
I know that, but don't play a part to just because other people's playing.
I've played it on my channel plenty of times.
Get reported also too.
Oh my, Mel, I can't do this with these niggas, man. I'm gonna check out, dog.
Yeah, bye.
I can't do this shit.
You just spread misinformation.
Like I said, I have a video. I have a video proving what I said.
You know I believe in that. You know you my dog.
No, but bro, when I try to break down SB 145, you just started yelling.
Let's get back on the politics because that's what we were on before. Let's go back to the politics, okay, y'all.
No, this is the politics,
right? And I think I'm going to say the SB 45 was an example of something that a Democratic politician brought up that is not good wouldn't be good for the country. I'm just going to say it like that.
Yeah.
Let's just go back because the midterm election is important, and I'm a little disgusted on why it couldn't be better, and we need to just focus on.
Well, let me just say this real quick, Leo. It says by contrast, right, on SB 145, if the sexual act is oral, anal, or digital penetration, the court must place the defendant on the sex offender registry regardless of the facts of the crime, and even in cases where the prosecutor does not want to place the defendant on the registry, the distinction of the law is irrational and discriminatory. Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. If anything, this shit go against gay niggas. And that's what y'all want. Don't y'all hate gay niggas?
There was a huge controversy in California when it passed. And like I said, when asked, why did you pass SB 145, they said, we're doing it to protect gay boys.
Exactly, because did you hear what I hold on now we getting somewhere, right? Now did you hear what I said?
Great.
Did you hear what I said? If the sexual
I heard pull up the articles.
You're reading an article. Lou was agreeing with you, Nate. He wasn't going against you. He was agreeing with you.
This is what I'm saying.
No, he's oh my God.
Hold on, Nate.
Let me tell you. Just calm down, Nate. Just calm down, please. He was agreeing with you. I understand.
Hold on, this ain't even no gotcha moment or nothing like that. I'm just saying, bro.
That's exactly what you try to do.
This actually is protecting boys because, like,
what it is.
No, it's not protecting boys.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you why it is. Okay, hold on. Hold on? Check this out, right? Boys don't have vaginas, right?
True. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, no,
okay,
they do.
Exactly.
They do.
Well,
no, they do today. They do today.
But check this out. The point you're talking about, right? It says if an adult has voluntary penile vaginal intercourse with a minor, they won't be on the registration, right? But if the minor, if you have oral, anal, or digital penetration, which would be what gay dudes touching boys and shit, right? They're automatically on the list. If anything, this is anti-gay niggas.
No, it's not.
What do you mean?
What you're saying is if it's not consent.
Dozens of articles attacking.
Bro, I'm reading this. I'm reading.
You're reading the article that you got about it. You're reading the article that you got about it. I've read dozens of articles about it.
No, those articles are trying to, have their agenda.
Your article's true. The dozens of other articles.
No, this is the law, Nate. No, Nate. This is the law itself. It's not an article. It's the law.
What's the name of this?
It's not an article. It's a law.
It's SB 145, Mel.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, it's actually against gay niggas.
And you said SB 145.
SB 145 was a law that was passed. It was signed into law not too long ago by Gavin Newsom of California.
It actually does protect boys.
I'm on the Senate MO.
So if you try to touch little boys, if you try to have sex with a little boy, you automatically on the sex registration. Now if you have sex with a girl, you won't be on it. It's up to the judge's discretion.
Now, brother Citizens Lou, now while you're talking, okay. What if
I'm looking at the LA Times. Newsom signs SB 145 to amend sex crimes laws. Discrimination against LGBTQ people in sex crimes convictions will be outlawed. What does that mean? Discrimination against LGBTQ people in sex crimes laws will be outlawed. Does that sound like something? I'll put the link in the chat.
No, wait. You just made my point. That's what I said, bro. Who has anal sex? Gay niggas.
It will be outlawed. It's in favor of them. You said it's against them.
Bro, hold on. Wait a minute. If you get on the sex registry, it's against you. They said that no matter what, if you have oral, anal, or digital penetration of a minor, you're automatically on the sex registration list. Now, if you have sex with it said vaginal with a female, it's up to the judge's discretion to put you on the sexual offenders list. But if you,
I'm gonna read the LA Times. I'm gonna read the LA Times to you, sir.
That's a liberal page. The LA Times.
Sacramento.
Nate, you talking about the link? It says newsroom signed bill intended to end discrimination.
I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna read it, and I'm done with it.
You should be happy about this. This actually is against gay niggas.
Why don't you let me read it? Why don't you let me read it? Okay. Discrimination against LGBTQ people in sex crime convictions will be outlawed under a new law signed by Governor Gavin Newsom late Friday evening. The measure, Senate Bill 145, will amend existing state law that allows judges to decide whether an adult convicted of having vaginal sexual intercourse with a minor should register as a sex offender in a case in which the minor is 14 years or older and the adult is not more than 10 years older than the minor.
Right, exactly. That's what I was saying.
Child molestation.
Hold on, exactly. But did you see the other part? There was another part too. That there's a reason why they're calling it anti-LGBT, because it said if you have oral or anal sex, right, you're with a minor, you're automatically on the sexual registration.
I said child molestation. I said, you see how you but
this is helping boys.
I said
this
child molestation.
Boys. Boys don't have vaginas.
It's not just boys. It's child molestation.
Bro, did you not hear what I said?
I think you both.
Did you not just hear what I just read?
No, I heard that part, and they said the vaginal intercourse, which is girls, right? That's up to the judge's discretion to put them on the sex registry, so they're not going to automatically be on it.
And what will happen with a bunch of California appointed judges?
But you know what? I'm gonna have to side with Nate. I'm gonna have to side with Nate.
So you think
Go
they're?
ahead, Mel. Go ahead, Mel.
Hold on. Let me speak. Let me speak real quick. Let me speak.
Hold on. He asked me a question. He asked me a question.
I'm trying to ask you.
He asked me a question. Mel, he asked me a question. He said, "Do I think that what the California judges are going to do?"
Real quick before you.
No, but he asked me a question, Mel. I can't answer his question.
Go ahead.
I was actually talking. You kept talking over me.
No, but he talked over you because he asked me a question while you were talking. So I was actually
trying to correct you a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
Correct me. How are you gonna correct me?
Listen. Can I say this?
When Nate is actually making a little.
Hold on. Just let me read this. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to read. Currently, adults who are convicted of having oral or anal sex with a minor under those circumstances are automatically added to the state's sex offender registry. SB 145 will eliminate automatic sex offender registration in those cases and gives judges discretion to make that decision. Thank you. All this arguing, and I was right.
The link is in the
you weren't right. You're not right. I said, bro,
I know I'm not right. I know I'm not right.
I just told you.
I know I'm not right. I know.
I just told you.
Here's the link.
You're automatically on the list. You're automatically on the list.
No, it's up to the judge now.
No, that's
before you were automatically on the list.
Yeah, I got to side with Nate on this, Lou. That's what it's actually saying. Like if you automatically cut with sex.
No, Lou's up here defending this shit.
No,
what they're trying to do now is now put it up to the judge.
I'm telling you, it actually helps boys, but okay.
But the reality is, hold Nate. Let me finish. What was Nate trying to make a point is that I'm siding with him is that now they're trying to get the decision to the judge, and we probably might have a couple of those judges that might be pedophiles also too. So if they do it under discretion, there's gonna be a lot of crazy freakazoids molesting kids out there like crazy. I mean, I'm siding with Nate on this. I'm keeping a buck. I mean, that's what this looks like it's saying. Before you get caught with a minor, you automatically on that list. Now
it's up to the judge.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And the only thing
I don't expect no apology.
With that Einstein dude, whatever, when he got to kill himself in prison behind stuff like that. We got some politicians that do freaky shit like this.
Right. Yeah, now looking at the big picture, let me cut in here. Looking at the overall big picture, there are, particularly on the left, there are some freaky politicians out there, and some priests and some leadership out there that they do think about going in there on kids like that. I mean, now I think everybody is right.
Yeah. Nobody wants kids.
I mean,
nobody wants.
You told me you don't even live in California. What do you care? That came out of your mouth, Luke.
Well, I was talking about with the whole SB 145 because you don't
vote
for the judge.
SB 145 is exactly what I said it was, sir. And you've been arguing for the last 20 minutes about it.
You don't know what I'm saying. I think it'd be kind of crazy to think judges would be like, because I think California is like the highest sex offender list in America.
Why is it? Because of liberal judges. Excuse me, Lou, Ketanji Brown, and this was made a huge story. Ketanji Brown gave the lowest possible sentence to child pornographers and rapists.
Yes, she did.
The lowest possible sentence. We got people out here, Cheryl Beasley, who was running for the Senate, the United States Senate in North Carolina. Thank God she lost. She was giving people convicted of child pornography the lowest possible sentence against the recommendations of the DA and judicial president. These people are pro-pedo. Now, you don't want to believe that, Lou? That's on you. I know what I'm fucking talking about. I've been fighting this for 15 years. I know what I'm talking about, sir.
But like I said, that pedo thing, that's just kind of not. I don't know.
Like I said, I could play a video for you where an 11-year-old boy.
I'm not denying that.
Lou, you need to just say, "Hey, my bad, dog. I didn't know it was this bad."
No, listen to what I'm saying. Let me get to the big picture because overall, I mean, I even see female teachers who are predators out there in
they come out in dozens now.
Right. So nobody
part of me feel like, damn, I wish I could have smashed some teachers when I was young and teenager. I'm sorry. A little dark joke, but you know.
I think Nate, you showed some with these teachers up here doing some crazy stuff. These female teachers.
Like some
There
teachers,
was a Latino
getting with dudes and they messing with teenagers.
So what I'm saying is,
if I could say this real quick.
Let me ask you a question, Nate. Let me ask you a question.
Well, let me say this, and then you can ask me the question. There was a Latino gentleman. I believe he's a construction worker. He was at the school council meeting in Texas, and I tried to find the video. I couldn't find it anywhere. He was yelling and screaming at the school board because his middle school son was taken without his permission. None of the parents were asked permission. The teachers took the children to a stripper thing, trans celebration at the library, and the man that was hosting it was a convicted pedophile. Several convicted pedophiles have been found to be running and promoting these stripper day at the library with 5-year-olds. And you don't understand my anger? Are you kidding me?
You talking to me again?
I'm talking to whoever doesn't understand how angry this would make a man with children.
Well,
no, so
go
ahead, Leon. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look what happened in Fairfax County when a daughter got raped by a trans man
in the Wendy's bathroom, I think it was.
Yeah, and they did nothing to him. Now, what I'm saying is, everybody's passionate. Everybody's actually right on the issue. I think we're all coming at it.
I was wrong. I was wrong, Leon.
Okay. Well, okay. But we're giving you the examples up here, and you're a Navy man, Lou. I mean, hey, shout out to you. You good peoples. The bottom line is, there's a lot of bull crap going on with kids, and there are some of these politicians, particularly on the left, who undercover, they're backing this stuff. They don't care about kids.
I was wrong. I was wrong about the SB 145.
Okay, so that is that to me, the guy you've been arguing with.
I mean, is it? I said I was wrong. I mean, we want me to say.
I don't want nothing. I'm good. I'm good.
What do you want me to say, Nate?
I don't want no.
No. I said I was wrong.
Fighting me for 20 minutes.
What I was fighting on, because I thought what I was reading, it was different. I misread. It's cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Players fuck up.
He made us wrong. You know, let's just.
Because what I was reading, I thought that it was. They were saying it was like they said that this was going to institute.
No,
it was already like
the
that.
Homosexuals.
Yeah, it was already like that. You're right. The only change was that they the judge has discretion. That was the only.
Yeah.
That was the only change.
And whoa. It's not just the judge has discretion. These judges are appointed, and they're all over. They're appointed by the leftist liberal government, and they are going to let these guys go.
Now
they're going to let them go with a slap on the wrist. Why would they do this?
Now let me jump in. Now that fits into what we were talking about, politics. Why we don't want these leftists in office, because of just what we all got passionate about out here. That's what we're talking about. That's why we should have had a red tsunami, and it wasn't, because we have a lot of low information voters who don't know about what we were just talking about because they don't read into it, or they just don't care about it. But this is happening.
I'm going to put this in the chat.
But you know what?
I hope you'll take it.
Go ahead.
And I hope you'll look at it one day, Lou. It's right there. Look at the video of an 11-year-old boy.
No, I've seen that video. That shit fucked up.
So why are you arguing with me about them wanting to put their hands on kids for sex?
No, because what you said earlier, you said they fucking kids, and I was like, all right, come on, like that's just so.
Dude, what do you think? What do men want to do with strippers? You don't think these men at this bar throwing money at 11-year-old boy dressed like a girl?
When they
you have sex with him?
When they you say you're a black man, right? So you definitely have people in your family who vote Democrat. Do you think they fucking kids?
I never said that.
No, I know. But you were saying Democrats are for fucking kids.
There are millions of Democrats that are promoting this shit. Where do boys can be princesses too come from? It comes from the Democrats.
Right now,
where does all of this trans stripper shit at the library come from? It comes from Democrat assemblies, Democrat city councils allowing this shit. Where do all the bathroom bills come? Charlotte had a bathroom bill. The people of Charlotte did not want mentally ill men going in the bathroom with their mothers and their daughters.
And the same thing happened out in California at a spa where BLM came and attacked.
Thank you.
Now Charlotte is blue, right? And the state is
Charlotte
red.
is definitely blue.
It's been blue for the last 2 election cycles. Yes.
Yeah.
And the state is red, right?
Yes.
Yes. Shout out to Isaiah in the building.
And they're ruining the city of Charlotte.
I mean, from when I'm finding out the Board of Ed, they had to legislate rules when it comes to kids want to identify as different genders and everything, and teachers got to support it, which they technically are doing that. And they hear a parent telling a kid, "You can't be this," they'll get on the parent.
And the thing with libs of TikTok, they took a clip. The lady that created libs of TikTok simply took the content that these filthy fucking liberals uploaded to TikTok. And she didn't edit it. She didn't do anything. She would paste exactly what they put and string together videos, the complete videos, and Washington Post doxed her. Doxed a private citizen who decided to make a channel mocking idiot liberals talking about little boys can be rhinoceroses, little girls can be butterflies, little boys can be girls, boys can have pregnancies.
Yeah,
how is that manipulating something?
Mark Lamont Hill was
because it's like you saying that all liberals think like this.
Most of them do today.
That's like if I made niggas of TikTok and I just or blacks of TikTok and then I just put like niggas shooting and fighting all day.
Most niggas do engage in that behavior. I don't. I'm not a nigga.
No,
I'm not a nigga.
Brother Lou, you did mention something that's very significant. Yes, I have females in my family who are Democrats. Now they don't believe in that pedo, but here's where I'm going with it. Even though you don't believe it, when you support a party that supports it, then that is a problem right there. Because if any of the conservatives out here supported anything like that, I wouldn't want to hop on.
Get them the fuck away from me, dog.
But here's the thing, Leon.
Go ahead,
Nate and Mel. This is the thing though too, right? Here's the thing about the Democrats and the left or whatever. The Democrats represent a way larger majority of Americans than Republicans do. So you're gonna have super Looney Tune niggas on the left.
Yeah,
but my point of contention is that I don't think that the party as a whole, or because you look at the people in power, I don't think they really like the AOC. They don't move shit in the Democratic Party. They don't have no power. They just talk. They just talk and tweet all day.
Well, I don't know if you've seen electoral map. It's almost all red, bruh. You said most of the country is Democrat.
No, I said they represent
an electoral map. It's almost all red.
No, they're talking about the number. Talking about the population.
Just because if they didn't have California and New York, they wouldn't have anything.
They got Colorado.
They literally wouldn't have anything if they didn't have California.
They got the whole. They got the whole West Coast, the whole Northeast.
No, they don't. Oregon's trending red. Oregon is trending red.
Mm-hmm.
So they do not have the entire
Georgia. What about Georgia? Georgia's red now.
They got Washington. They have California. Arizona. They got. The electoral.
And you also know, Lou, that they're losing representatives because so many people are moving from California. You know that?
Yeah, but that's actually no. But they're I don't think they lost any. I don't think they lost.
They're losing seats, sir. Illinois is losing seats. All of these hotbed blue state nightmares are hundreds of thousands of people move from these places every year. Austin is damn near half Californians now. All these people are moving out of these horrible blue state shitholes. Nothing you say is going to change that, Lou.
Yeah, they lost one seat.
So wow, another thing I'm right about. Thank you.
I think New York, you said they losing a bunch of seats because they're
losing seats.
Leaving.
New York.
So many people are leaving these blue state shitholes.
Yeah. But California still has a net positive in migration. Like people,
okay,
like just
a
as
net
many people
positive
come
when
there
in
illegal.
San Francisco they have to hire people to pick up human shit off the ground.
Yeah, they got a lot of.
You go to LA, it's nothing but a fucking nightmare of goddamn homeless people everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, on Skid Row, right. But they still got nice areas in LA. But
for now.
Yeah, like I said though, man,
you
it's
keep having these tent cities. It's just a matter of time before they overtake everything, dog. And with liberal, permissive policies and celebrating criminals like they do in California, what's your opinion on the purge law now in Chicago, Illinois, where people who are awaiting trial for violent crimes are going to be put back on the street?
Yep.
No, Illinois is a terrible state. It from all levels, governor to
you know the
lower
governor,
local levels. Yeah,
but
Illinois
this doesn't happen in Republican areas, dog.
Yeah, you know.
But that's what I was gonna say though, Nate. That's because they don't have a lot of Republican states. Don't have that many outside of Texas. Republican states don't really have. But then if you look at the cities that have a lot of people, they're all blue. It's just a lot of times.
They're not all blue. Miami-Dade is now red. Who would have thought? Yeah, Miami is now Republican.
That's because of the Cubans. And what's funny, they're not. I mean, if you go to Miami, ain't shit concerned about Miami.
Lou, it's still Republican. It doesn't matter if Turtles made it Republican. It's Republican.
No, what I'm saying though, it's like that's the DeSantis thing. You know, they rock with DeSantis heavy. That's his bread and butter. The Cubans.
No, but
you see, I'm not trying to
for everything, dog.
No,
anything I bring up, you're like, oh, that's no thing. That's nothing really.
Hold on, no. Oh, does it sound like I'm saying? No, there's a reason for everything. There's a reason why it rains. There's a reason why the sun's up.
Understood.
Yeah, what I'm saying though, because is it not true? Dallas, Houston, Austin are blue in Texas.
Yes.
Like I live here in Indiana. And
you in Indiana?
What? Yeah, and guess what's blue here? Indianapolis.
Indianapolis is blue, right?
Charlotte's blue in red North Carolina. Yeah,
and that's what I was saying.
Yeah, Gary is blue. Hammond, Indiana is blue.
And almost all those places are shitholes. Is that a coincidence?
Crime in there? Yeah, they got high crime here in Indianapolis. I mean,
almost all these places are shitholes.
Yeah,
Charlotte it's still a beautiful metropolitan city. But
I've
done shows about how bad Charlotte's becoming.
I have never been to Charlotte, so
Charlotte was nice. I came last year. It was nice.
It's not as nice as it was 10 years ago. That's the problem.
What about? I got a question.
You go to a vacation spot, of course you're gonna say it's nice, but if you got to live there every day, then you're gonna.
If you broke, I mean everything is shitty, right?
You don't have to be broke. What I'm saying is, when you go in there for a visit, it's just like how people visit New York and talking about this is their second home because they see all the glamorous lifestyle in New York, but they spend areas in Manhattan and stuff like that. Try living here. I live here and stuff like that. I ain't gonna glorify New York 100% like that. Like there's some shit.
Now I lived in New York in Staten Island, but other than that, but Charlotte, I've been there, and I wasn't really crazy about Atlanta. I wasn't. Everybody told me how great it was. Yeah.
No, I don't like Atlanta either.
Well, when I went down into Riverdale to get some chicken from Bojangles, the customer service sucked down.
I said Bojangles.
I don't like Atlanta either. Atlanta is. Yeah, I don't fuck with Atlanta.
I always wanted to go to Atlanta. Now I was like, I don't want to go there now. When I was younger, I was like, because of all the freak nigga and back a week.
No, the only
I know four couples in Atlanta trying to move. Yeah. Right now, they do not want to live there anymore.
Now, when I was now there's one city I do like, and I was in California. And probably Lou could attest to this. I was in the Navy. And I went out to San Diego. That was now I'm going all the way back to 1994. Now it was nice then, but I don't know how it is now. And shout out to Francesca in the building. And I went down to Charleston, South Carolina. That was nice down there. They had an Air Force base down there. I liked it down there in Savannah, Georgia. But man,
Savannah's nice, yeah.
San Diego's cool. It's just that downtown is the homeless situation and everything. But that's
expensive. How do people live in fucking California at all? How do you buy a house in California?
Well, most people it's like it's married people with like.
But still, with a $3,000-$4,000 mortgage.
Yeah, most of you pretty much got to be married to.
Depends on certain areas and course certain industries that you're in. Those are the only people that's affording it and everything. So
the only people. Yeah, it's really only married couples that can afford a house in California.
And then what do you get? 1,500 square feet, if that much.
That's small, man.
Yeah,
Bro,
it's what they call
1,500
it.
square feet in California
I
is a
heard like
mansion.
like in North California, the apartments is bigger than the ones in New York.
And that's what scares me. We talk about population, about the migration of liberals coming to these red states. Because again, I lived in Pennsylvania. Now, the western part of Pennsylvania was already where my mom's from, but man, that liberalism has come over to Pennsylvania, and brothers, the taxes are going. What do you know? In Pennsylvania, you got 67 counties. Do you know how many school districts you have in Pennsylvania? You've got 670 school districts in Pennsylvania, and my taxes were high in Pennsylvania. Let me tell you what I had to pay for. Every year, we had to get our cars inspected. Now, I live in an area near Allentown in Lehigh County. Not only did you have to pay $74 for an inspection, you had to pay another $74 on top of that for emissions testing, and I had 2 cars. So you imagine, we're talking about 74 times 4. That's over almost $300 I had to pay for cars, for stickers. Now, I lived in Virginia also. You had to have stickers. So there's a lot of funky, depending on where you live. That's why I'm out here. The taxes were flat. Now, Pennsylvania has a flat tax.
Are they like? I know Virginia is like a commonwealth. Is
Virginia
Pennsylvania
is a commonwealth. So is Pennsylvania. So is
Pennsylvania's a
Kentucky.
commonwealth too? Yeah, I was about to say
Yes.
because Virginia was like that. What you're talking about? Okay, yeah, that's that
And
commonwealth shit.
Kentucky is a commonwealth as well. But see, that's why it all gets back. See, when I talk about politics, I start talking about the culture, and then I start talking about the cost of living, and that's what all this is about. When you put the wrong people in office, your culture goes down. Also, when you start printing money, the value of your dollar goes down. And this is what's happened during this administration. The prices of goods and services are much higher than they were 2 years ago. That's what we're talking about, because most of us, we don't have the kind of money. So we are under the rules or guise of these politicians out here. It's not like we can throw away money like Elon Musk. No, we're the ones that are throwing. That's what I'm saying, brother.
I'm inviting every competent, productive, family-oriented black man that leans to the right. Get to South Carolina. You can own a nigga. I'm a college dropout, single father, blue collar man, and I live like a fucking king.
I mean, shout out to Clue. Look at Clue. Clue is moving out of Atlanta. Clue is moving. Now, like I said, when we were down in Atlanta, and me and Tommy Jean drove through it, and I think it's CBS 46 down there. We had drove through it, and I didn't know, but we had driven through a part. It was downtown, and they had a shooting down there. And we had just left that because we were down there for the Manosphere meetup, brother Nate. But some parts of Atlanta, woo, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, dog. Atlanta's. I remember in the 90s when everybody and their mama was moving to Atlanta. I remember reading an article in Newsweek, like 1,200 people a day or some shit moved to Atlanta. Insane.
Yeah,
and that's what's happened. You get all these people from blue states and liberals and the L Gibbets, and now who the fuck wants to live there now?
And they're going to end up going even down there where Citizen Lou is from. They're actually too, brother Lou. You might not know this, but they're even moving down there into Mississippi too. Because I've talked to some people. It's cheaper down there, and wherever they can.
Yeah, a lot of people move North Mississippi. That's where a lot of like that border of Memphis and Mississippi. A lot of people move.
Yeah, South Haven, West Haven.
South Haven. Yeah.
I used to in Memphis. Northern Mississippi was part of my territory. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking. Yeah, exactly. That's where a lot of people move. Oxford, Ole Miss, and stuff like that. That's where a lot of people move to. And some people move south to the coast too, like Gulfport. I guess. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lee.
I need to caution everybody. If you're relocating, look into the state that you're relocating to. Now, I will tell you where not to go though. Don't go to Maryland. Now, I'm from Maryland. Now, I know brother
Osama would disagree. Osama says there's a lot of great things going on with black folks in Maryland.
Yeah, they work for the government, Nate. Do you know in Maryland? Okay, let me tell you about Maryland right now. The Chesapeake Bay right along is good. If you go to the Eastern Shore or if you go to the West, that's all red. But now when you start getting into the central Maryland, like we're coming all the way down from, I'm going to say Baltimore County, all the way down to like PG and Montgomery County, Man, it's blue as hell, man. It's expensive. Now you can get into some areas like maybe Charles County and Calvert County and St. Mary. They're nice, but you got they're along the waterfront. But bro, man, it's expensive. Don't let yeah, Columbia is nice, but let me tell you something. In Maryland, Maryland's got two classes of people. You either rich or you're poor. And the poor people live in District Heights and Crown Heights and shit. I know. In Kenilworth and Palmer Park. You go broke if you don't make the money in Maryland. I hear on Kendra G, the women are talking about, oh, I make six figures. Well, they make six figures so they can go and have a lot of expenditures. They don't invest that six figures. They're broke.
Yeah,
I mean, it's largely just be able to flex on Instagram. I mean, you have a business, but you don't have a federal tax ID number. You have a business, but a business is a lifestyle thing. Saying you're not like a determined entrepreneur trying to take over market share and grow something. Business is part of your lifestyle. Being able to say I have a business is part of a lot of women's lifestyle, man.
Even if they don't, you ask them what an LLC does. Clue's talking about South.
Yeah, they keep saying they boss bitches, but they ain't got no employees.
Right.
KS said that.
What I was talking about earlier, when I was talking about the Republicans and stuff like that. Look,
go ahead, brother. We'll see,
just my only thing with it, man. Like, look, I would never tell nobody who to vote for and who. Right. I'm not in that camp. I ain't with that. You this nigga if you don't do that. You should vote regardless. I don't agree with people telling people not to vote. That's kind of bullshit. But
vote your interest.
Yeah, exactly. Vote your interest, man. And I'm just now what Nate was talking about. I mean, I see what he's saying. Now, I just think that, I don't agree with fucking pedophile. I don't even like the alphabet. I'm kind of indifferent to the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I work. You know what I'm saying? You work with. Because like my supervisor, he is, but he never makes it a thing at work. You know what I'm saying? I know he's gay, but he don't like. Oh, I'm gay. He don't do that shit all day. Well, yeah. But that's what I'm saying is right. You got to vote with your interest, man. The Republicans, they don't speak to me. You get what I'm saying? Like they don't have any as a young American male.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have anything for me.
Teach his own.
You get what I'm saying, Nate? It's not no. I'm not.
Honestly, I don't, because I can tell you why myself and Sub-Zero and Angry Man and all these other guys are either Republicans or conservatives, because I don't know how you don't want to take more of your money home in lower taxes. I don't know how you don't want the border closed off from illegal immigrants, drugs.
But I don't make $400,000 a year.
Oh my God, dude, you believe that's where it's going to stop?
Lou, you don't have to make $400,000 a year to make more money like that,
bro.
No, I can just make. Look, when I'm getting that type of money, I worry about taxes. But
bro, let me explain something.
I hate to say this, even at a $50,000 a year, you have to worry about it.
This is what Mahogany said.
Sure.
Yes, $100,000 is $100,000 a year. You are very much correct. That's if you bring $100,000 home a year net. Most of them aren't netting $100,000 because they spend their money frivolously to pay out a lot of expenses, plus all of their basic needs at home. That's what I'm talking about. You are correct. The number is there, but it is what you are doing with your money.
Yeah, if I could.
Let me say this real quick. The reality fact is also too. It does depend on the type of employees you have. So unfortunately, if you stay stuck at $100,000 a year for 10 years, you're doing something wrong. Period.
Well, this is the problem. A society that punishes its most productive people is not going to have a lot of productive people in its future.
True.
And if you continue to elect politicians who do this Marxist and Engels bullshit, telling you to hate the rich, tax the rich, why would anyone want to become a highly productive business owner in this country if you're going to punish them? You'll have a bunch of low-level individuals waiting to take the money of the higher income people. Those higher income people are just going to leave the country, or they're going to protect their money in a way no one will ever get it. and no one will be motivated to move up and continue to make our country great.
Right.
Why would anybody want to become wealthy in a country where you're going to shit on, rob, and take from the wealthy?
And
okay, so I got a rebuttal to that. So
Sure.
you remember the Gilded Age with like Rockefeller and Carnegie and
the 30s,
like,
I think.
Yeah, the
40s.
greatest era they claim in American history. Like just money was like they said there's been no other wealth creation, in any point in history since the Gilded Age, right? And taxes were extremely high then.
Much higher. Now 200K,
80% even. Yeah.
Yeah, were they like 80? Yeah, like 80 some percent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and JFK, a Democrat, came and cut them tremendously. JFK did that.
And shout out to Clue. He says the worst tax bracket is at 200K. Mahogany says more entrepreneurs are needed, particularly from us. Many of that is true. But you want to know something about Black people, and this is going to hurt, but I got to say it. Many of us are too employee focused. Now, I'm not saying we can't go out there and get businesses. We can. We know $100,000 is much better than average, but I mean, do you guys agree? How many of us?
Leon, you're never going to get successful male entrepreneurs from a race of people who devote themselves to victimhood ideology and grievance culture as Democrats, because that's all Democrats do is promote grievance culture and victimology. How are you supposed to be a man that wants to take a risk in the world of entrepreneurship if the white man's going to come and destroy you every time you try to do something? There was a panel on D.D. Williams's show. There was a nigga up there, fucking boomer, and he was talking about fucking boomer, and he was talking about and they burned down Black Wall Street, and
I hate niggas in that Black Wall Street. Oh my god! When niggas bring up that Black Wall Street, boy, that shit burn my
brain. They're still trying to use victim.
And you know what's funny? They rebuilt Black Wall Street after that happened.
Yeah, and there were other places besides Black Wall Street. Yeah, some of them.
Yeah, Charlotte. I think wasn't Charlotte, Greensville, Mississippi. You had Harlem,
Rosewood. Yeah, Rosewood in Florida, I believe.
Wilmington. Yeah. Now, yes, did you have some jealous whites that? Yeah, you had some that did burn that down, but I don't hear too much about those. I just hear so much about Tulsa. I said that wasn't the only Black Wall Street. Good point there, Lou. Everything.
Yeah, when my bad, I didn't mean to cut you out. When I hear that Black Wall Street shit, that shit burned my fucking. We can't do nothing.
We can't do nothing. But Lou,
they gonna burn it back down.
This is part of being a Democrat. This is all they fed. I wish I could share this. There's a book that I believe came out in like 2016, written by that piece of shit, Michael Eric Dyson. You want to know what the title of the book is? The title of the book is The Tears That Will Never Stop. It's about how Black people can't stop crying about the racism and systematic oppression they face. I want to ask every Black man on this panel and in the chat, how many days a week do you get up with tears that won't stop? Or do you get up and you handle your fucking business, you compete, you make your money, and you look for ways to be better? Exactly. But the message of the fucking left is tears that will not stop. Fuck this shit, man.
Yeah, and my thing is too, right? See, because like I know Black men who have businesses that vote Democrat, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes I think it's just like how you said it. Sometimes some niggas just bitch made. Some niggas just built like just.
It's their default position, dog. It's all of our default position because of our moms. Our fathers followed our mothers. If you had a father, your pops wasn't in there saying we're voting Republican, we're voting conservative, we're a traditional values family. Your pops did what our mamas told them to. This shit is all backwards, dog.
You know that's Nate, brother. That is now that's man. My dad didn't, but yeah, I know.
Dude, most dads are doing that, dog.
I mean, I know Tommy Jean has a friend. Not going to bring it over the net, but she always wants to call and talk about pot, and she doesn't know. And she's been. I mean, it's like, hey, God, you guys and the boomers. I got to go back to the boomers and fucked everything up. I'm going to tell you, it's true. and they passed it down to us Gen Xers, and then but the boomers.
Oh, y'all. Oh, Nate, you Gen X?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I got. Oh, okay. Oh, that's why. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, because
I'm Gen X. I think Mel is Gen X too. You Gen X?
I made an angry. I had an angry Gen Xer theory stream. And,
so, am I an angry Gen Xer?
And I had named all the angry Gen Xers, and somebody said Jew. I said I thought you were a boomer.
Yeah, I'm like
X.
half, like Gen X, early millennial, late Gen X.
Yeah, you Gen X, brother.
You know, if you're born in 81, they got some.
You got say, some.
You're a millennial. Then they'll say you're the last of the.
Yeah, aren't you right on
it's like a 2 or 3 year margin area. It's like a.
Yeah. I mean, they try to call me
I'm half, but I still feel more associated with Gen X.
They try to call me a boomer. I said, no, I was born in 1965, not 64. No, 65.
That's close.
Nah, Leon, Leon, you a boomer, Leon. You a boomer.
Oh, no, I'm early Gen X.
But you don't have you one of the baby boomers. You a baby boomer.
I just don't have that thinking that they do, and
nah.
Because you came a little bit after.
Hell no.
Yeah, you was after civil rights, and so you didn't really. You probably didn't go to Nam. You didn't get drafted either, did you?
Bro, I didn't even.
You were too young, right?
You want to know when I grew up, bro? I grew up in the 80s, man.
Yeah. So you were too young to go to the draft. Yeah. So you that's the sweet spot. That 63, 65, that's the sweet spot for baby.
Yeah, I didn't, that's why I don't talk too much about civil. I never marched in there. My feet ain't hurting right now.
Yeah, you didn't march and you didn't get sent to Nam. So you was perfect. You just was in school, fucking hoes, listening to music.
Man, I wasn't doing any of that. But
Woodstock probably.
But now we were at the end, and even Nate was too, brother. He was young, but we were at the end of Vietnam when Saigon fell in 75.
I was born in 74, though.
But you were at the end when Saigon fell in 75, though, brother Nate. I mean, you were around there.
I'm right. Yeah, I'm born 74.
You were right there when Nixon, brother. You were born when Nixon resigned.
Yes, the year he resigned. Yes,
you
sir.
Still, brother, you know just as much as I know. You just carried a little bit of you were in the, because brother Lou, the 90s kind of, with Gen Xers, man, it kind of
that was a whole that was a
man, the 90s, the living
creation
single
of the simp.
The living single, the simp songs, well, let's just be honest, because in the early 90s, man, they had groups like Today. They were wearing double-breasted suits, but then it got into this, I don't know, this whack living single and Murphy Brown.
That's when fourth wave feminism started in the 80s. Aretha Franklin and the lady from the Eurythmics, Sister's Gonna Work It Out. And
Annie Lennox.
Murphy Brown. 91, Murphy Brown has her baby. Dan Quayle challenges her, and the fucking media trashes Dan Quayle. Everybody owes Dan Quayle a fucking apology. Everybody does.
Yeah, he's from Indiana, by the way, Dan Quayle.
Yes, he is. And and look where it's got us. We're on the cusp of the end of the American family, which is what Democrats and feminists have wanted for decades.
Now the 60s, it's kind of actually all the stuff that we talk about, you all, that actually went back into the Rosie the Riveter days, but we can go back even further when Sojourner Truth was around. And do you all know, too, before I move on, the NAACP is not a black organization. Did you all know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it?
It was some Jewish people founded. Now
yeah. Gentleman's name is Spingarn. He was he was a spy for military intelligence and the CIA. Do you know on Jekyll Island there's a few agencies that were created on Jekyll Island in 1913, 1914. It was the CIA was created the same time the ADL was created and the NAACP. That the CIA protects that the CIA is used as a henchman for the ADL. All of these were created at the same time. These very powerful people from this community on Jekyll Island wanted to make sure that no one could ever attribute what was going on to this particular community of people. So they created the Anti-Defamation League the same time they created the CIA, the NAACP, all on Jekyll Island, partner.
Well, hey Nate, I got a good question for you because we talked on Bernard, but it never really got to fruition. I wanted to ask you about this. All right, so I know how you feel about them people, right?
Well, I haven't gone wild on them, you know. I ain't
saying wild.
Crazy on them folks.
I know you got. I know you don't really
going crazy.
Well, let me ask you this though, man.
Sure.
Look, how you feel about Trump and his affiliation with them? Because remember, well, I'm gonna go ahead and ask that before I ask another question. How you feel about Trump?
You know, the Trump was an actual Democrat because he donated.
He's bro. If you look at his backers, they were Jewish. He married his daughter to a Jew.
Well, she's with Kushner.
Jared Kushner. And then remember, he announced that he's what do you call it? Legitimized Jerusalem. Yeah, and recognized as the capital of Israel.
Yes.
And no other president ever done that before.
I'll talk about that. Sure.
Go ahead. Yeah, I didn't want to load. I didn't want to throw a loaded question. I just wanted to go ahead and just.
No. You just got to hear me out and not just like automatically argue with me. That's all I'm asking. So, okay, I said on Bernard Riley's that the same people trying to destroy Kanye are the same people that tried to destroy Trump. I am dead serious. These
add Kyle Irving on that list now also.
Kyle Irving too. These moneyed interests, that's what I'll call them. These moneyed interest people have serious reason to not allow Trump to do the things he wants to do with free trade, with the relationships he was trying to forge in the Middle East, with pulling America out of these wars. These wars are filling the pockets and the coffers of many of the people that own the military-industrial complexes that happen to be from that community. All this war and shit and strife makes people rich. Trump wanted to bring our troops home. He wanted to cut off the border. These people hated him for that. If you're honest, Lou, the Republican establishment in 2016 was almost universally against Donald Trump. Motherfuckers on This Week with George Stephanopoulos and Meet the Press, the Republican Party strategists were saying vote for Hillary Clinton. The way you know Trump was good, the Democrats hated him and the Republican establishment hated him.
Yeah, that's
the Atlantic. All these publications, these right-leaning publications, said vote Hillary.
That's the thing too, Lou.
No, I was talking about Trump's affiliation with the.
Yeah, we don't. Something
you have to play the game to a certain extent, Lou.
Right? Maybe
you just do, man.
We didn't tell.
No, but I'm saying though, but he was really playing it. Like he was like.
It's a matter of, hey, you know, I'm going to be renegotiating these trade deals. How about you don't kill me and I'll give you Jerusalem? Yeah, that's what it could be, dog. I don't know. But I know you got to play games with these people. You got to play to some extent with them.
Yeah, you do got to play with them, right? But
you absolutely do, dog. So I can't blame him for everything he doesn't do perfect. I got to look at the big picture.
No, I mean, right. Nobody's perfect, right? I'm just saying that I think that, man, he's really with them. I mean, because I guess what I'm trying to emphasize is, man, because you know, be in New York to be somebody with real estate and being in real estate and money, like you got to be with them.
That's all he's dealt with. I'm sure.
Yeah, you got to be. Yeah, so I'm sure he has deep ties. I mean, he married his daughter to one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, those deep ties set against him when he ran as a populist, putting the American people and the American businessman first.
Okay, I see what you're saying. They turned on him tight.
Yes, that's why every single news program, all the Republican strategists were attacking him, dog. All the major Republican-leaning news publications attacking him. Heritage Foundation, American Enterprise Institute, all against Trump.
So let me ask you, do you watch Game of Thrones?
Yes, sir, and I'm watching the new thing too. Yes.
Yeah. So y'all, no, that's perfect. So you know how they do the marriages? Do you think that Trump married his daughter like as a way of like kind of like how they?
Hell yeah! No, there's a science.
That's what rich people do.
That's really what it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, that's marriage.
Yeah, because that actually kind of makes sense because it happened.
Get more power
because they happened toward the end of his election. It happened. They got married toward the end of his term, so that probably makes sense, right? It probably like was like a sign of, like a political pact type thing. Like,
dude,
yeah, I'm with y'all.
his little son, that's like 17, 18 now.
My
That boy,
Baron, that nigga like
just go marry
like
the
6'9".
woman he wants. Yeah,
That boy-
I mean, both of his parents are really tall.
Yeah.
But he's gonna marry. I'm sure his father and his mother are gonna have a huge influence on who he is. You can't allow a boy like that to marry some chick down at Chick-fil-A.
No, they gotta marry. They gotta marry, and
You
then
gotta marry somebody.
Exactly. They
high level woman,
high luxury like that. No matter what area you in, they marry within their class and stuff. They ain't married. No, they actually follow the caste system like crazy and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was rich, my son or daughter is not marrying a poor person. I don't give a shit.
Hey, while I'm up here, hey, everybody in the chat, if you can spam Citizen Lou's channel and Brother Nate. Nate is broadcasting tomorrow. I don't know when Lou broadcasts, but make sure you.
Yeah, I was going to talk about affirmative action. I was going to talk about that.
Oh shit!
Get rid of
What's
that.
Your opinion on it? What's your opinion?
Well, so it's I'm kind of in a way. I don't think I've ever benefited from
it.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking in my mind, I don't think I've ever benefited from it. But
Lou,
at the same time, I don't like. I'm sorry, what you say, bro?
Spam your channel in there. Everybody that comes on who has a channel, I like to connect them up. So and shout out to Brother Nate. Get on his channel. He's going to be broadcasting tomorrow. Nate's been burning candles both ends every week.
Oh my God!
So he's going to come up.
Nate, I'm waiting for the video you're going to make with Stacey Abrams lost.
Yeah, we waiting for that one.
Well, I want everything to kind of pan out before I do anything politics.
And Brother Lou, spam your channel in there. We got to get people over because I hadn't seen you in a while. You were on Regis before. I hadn't seen you in a while, so we got to.
I've been kind of like I've been in school studying. I've been doing lives every now and then. I can't be on every. You know what I'm saying? I've been kind of.
I got you.
But I saw the midterm election results. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this. But with the affirmative action. I'm sorry, Leon.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. I want to hear about this affirmative action because it's never benefited me.
Yeah, so what's going on, right? It's there's like Asian students are suing Harvard and the University of North Carolina. Essentially like saying that they don't get like the affirmative action is against them. And that premise, like I said, it being banned on that premise, I don't really like because see, Asian students, their education curriculum is like totally based on like test, pass. That's why they have like high test scores on an international scale, right? It's like drilled in them. But when you think about it, right, what's the last technological innovation Chinese have created? What's the last Nobel Peace Prize winner China produced? They don't create. They don't
stealing our technology since the VCR and the Betamax and shit. I mean,
exactly. Yeah. They just steal intellectual property, copycat. They don't innovate shit. So it's like, should schools because what they said was Asian students, they have high test scores, but they have low personal scores.
Yeah, they are. Right. Some of them are antisocial.
Right. So they're saying that that's like discriminatory, and they're using affirmative action.
Highly intelligent people usually are somewhat socially awkward a lot of times.
Yeah, but with affirmative action, I'm going to come out and just be truthful about it. It was for black people. It wasn't for everybody else. See, everybody
and Leon, and that's what I'm saying, Leon. And that's another thing too. Like it kind of rubs me in a wrong way.
You know who
Asians are coming over and taking some shit black people created.
But you know who benefits off of affirmative action the most?
White women.
See, everybody said, and everybody says white women. And so that's another thing too. So if that's the case, then it should. That's why it's kind of like I'm in the middle on it because white women, the main ones that, and actually true. And that's another thing too, right? Leon, Nate, Mel. When you look at the college admissions, it's not black people that are getting just overwhelmingly admitted into Harvard and in North Carolina. It's white people. They said white people are lying about like their diversity numbers and all that shit.
I'm glad you brought that up, Lou, because if you have a business, and this is some shit that white folk do, because I was in Pennsylvania and they were doing this. Minorities, when they work on DOT, acronym for Department of Transportation, what they do, when you get a Department of Transportation project, you also have to hire minority firms. So you know what white folk do in order to get that contract, that minority contract?
Just about to say that.
They'll put their wife, and it becomes a woman-owned business, but they're the ones actually running it. which is very, very.
Yeah, they did that. There's a company like that in San Diego. They do government contracting. They do like tech stuff. Like they build like apps and websites and shit for the government, for the Navy. And the company on the bottom it says minority woman owned.
Right. Mm-hmm. And see, with a black woman, she can get in there. She's black and a woman, so she's a double minority. Where us, man, we got
I'm telling you, I don't think I've ever benefited from.
I've never benefited from it.
Me neither. I've never benefited from it. I had to go get good grades. I had to earn mine. I mean, you know.
Yeah, even in my field, I don't think I've ever had like a diversity hire, and I don't think I've ever been affirmative action hire. I don't think I've ever been out. This shit's still been hard as fuck, just like everybody else. So I don't know if I've ever been.
I mean, even if I got a 1600 on the SAT, I don't think I can get in the Harvard.
What? You got 1600?
No, he said if. He said if.
No, I got it. You know what I got on the SAT? No, I know. Yeah, I said if. The highest I got on the SAT, I got 1100.
And you know bad. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Well, you know, well, it was bad when you get a 400 in English. I got a 700 in math, so I wasn't smart.
It helped. Okay. If there's anything to do good in it's math. So,
yeah, I think I don't know. I think somebody a recruiter told me because I was black and I had a high ASVAB score. They said that I got them more points, so I think they did kind of push my recruitment a little bit harder. I think.
Does that make your heart break? Do you feel less right? Feel inadequate now? Who fucking cares? If I got an edge, great. Shit.
Hey, that's funny you say that, Nate. Yeah, because I be on that. That's what we're gonna talk about. It's like shit. If I'm a diversity hire, nigga, that money the same. Fuck it.
Oh, thank you. Now, are you not able to do your job?
Yeah, I'm able to do it.
Oh, you're qualified to do the job, so I don't see any problem with giving somebody an edge that might have, been left out of the process for several decades.
Yeah. See, Nate, and I rock with that.
Is qualified.
And see, bro, that's why I do rock with you, Nate, because you not like fuck black people type. You know what I'm saying?
I've never said racism doesn't exist.
Right, or you never said racism don't exist, right? I still rock with you on that.
It exists still, but
they exist, but I do agree it's not like
that's the whole thing. We don't use that as a clutch.
I've never really, in my humble opinion, I've never seen real racism where I got to go sit at the back of the bus or I got to
where they burn the crosses in my yard.
I've never experienced that, and the only times I was stopped by police is like they just searched me, and that's it. I went on my way. I ain't when it went through no crazy shit.
I've been called the ER one time by a white man. I'm 48 years old. My right hand to God. I moved from Memphis to the city I live in South Carolina.
You from Memphis?
No. I was sent to Memphis when I first graduated from the auto damage repair school at Geico. So they dispatched me to Memphis. I went through my divorce.
Yeah, that's my insurance company too.
Yeah, and then so I moved to South Carolina because there's an opening in Charlotte. So I'm driving to a shop. I come to a red light. It's 2-lane. Guys to the left of me is like in a 90s full-size pickup. The passenger window rolls down. There's a white lady in the passenger seat. And this white man comes from around her and screams at me, "You effing nigga, what the fuck?" I guess I cut him off. I swear to God, I didn't know I cut him off. But ain't no white man in my life ever called me a nigga. So he pulls off. Dude, I chase him. I'm in a Geico car. I'm in a car with Geico on the side of it.
Chase him, man.
I'm chasing the motherfucker. I swear to God. He makes a left. He makes a left. I go straight. He makes a right. So we're parallel, across a city block. So I make a left, get to him, and I swear to God. And so I pull up near him. I pull my window down and I'm cursing. I say, "Pull over, motherfucker, pull over." The white woman is just sitting there. She's not moving. She is scared to death. So I had that morning, I bought a Chick-fil-A biscuit and a half and half tea. I still had the tea. So I took the tea and I threw it at his fucking truck. I swear to God.
That sounds so funny.
And then I said, fuck it. I'm gonna end up getting in an accident trying to chase this motherfucker.
Yeah,
that sounds like my dad. One time, a white woman caught him off, and he was throwing pennies at her and shit.
You know what? You guys are gonna make me do a video, man. And I told Tommy Jean about it because I complained about it. You're gonna make me do a video on women drivers, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I might that might because some of them, especially these SUVs. I mean, I'm on a 2-lane highway, and I know they love what is about you women who love tailgating? I mean, that's not a good thing. I mean, I don't like it. I mean, pass me, and I'm on the interstate. I come home on Interstate 65. I'm in the right lane cruising, and I'm getting tailgated. I'm like, move over to the other lane.
Is there bad traffic in your city?
Not where I live, man. Now, when I get in, I live in Lafayette, Indiana, the home of the Purdue Boilermakers. It's bad, and it's a city of about 100 and something thousand, but not on the interstate.
Okay, gotcha.
Just pass me. Now if I'm in the left lane going slow, I'll move over. But the right lane, come on now. You got a lane over there. Nate, it might have to happen. That might be next drivers. Okay, it might be the stupid, but we got to do something like that because there are a bunch of dumb drivers out here. Look, and I can tell you, I work in construction, and I've seen it out here where people are going the wrong way up a one-way street when we have one lane closed, and I've seen some near accidents. I said, hey, listen, I don't want that on my watch. And I did say this to somebody. I said, you can kill yourself and make sure I'm gone, okay? I don't want to have to write that up.
Do you know that in the last 20 plus years, there's been an explosion of insurance companies? The reason why is because the number of accidents caused by cell phone usage.
Oh,
like there's like almost 40% more accidents than there were 30 years ago.
Jesus. Well, you should know. So have you run into any real banged up cars out there, Nate? I'm talking about some cars totaled. I mean,
I've they wrap the car in hazmat tape when it's a fatality. I've had to watch out for chunks of scalp and hair hanging and scalp hanging from the windshield.
You actually seen that?
Oh, dude, I got to go look at the car. Yeah. And you got to be incredibly careful. You're supposed to put a hazmat suit on, but I just make sure to avoid touching anything. I get all the pictures I need and shit,
Shout out to Lemon Pepper Wings. Welcome to the chat. Man, look, man, it's crazy out here. And I think people, and maybe we had to get into this. I think some people who've taken the poker, I'm not going to say the poker, which is the, you know what?
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's made some of them crazy too, man. I'm thinking that because the minds of some people here in 2022, after 2020, I think they stayed with cabin fever too much. I'm seeing more stupid people out here. Maybe that's what's going to the polls out there too.
Well, let me tell you this, sir. I'm gonna send this to you. Sir Tice sent this to me. It's a video on YouTube. This investigative journalist guy, he's got like 1 million subs, I think.
Oh yeah.
And there are 265,000 unexplained deaths that have been registered. 265,000 deaths that the people researching this don't understand where they came from.
Oh.
And the guy is kind of alluding in the video to these are people who have passed from the.
Yeah, we know what it is.
265,000 unexplained deaths that nobody can really. I'll send you the link. It's in my text thing. Yeah, man.
And see, that's the problem. See, that's why we gotta have something, because all of the suspicion in the world. One thing that we do question it. I mean, even I question pastors. That's why I don't go to church. How many of you all go to church? I question.
I ain't been in a while.
Nah, I don't go to church, man.
So I ain't been since '89. So okay.
Yeah, where my stream yard go?
What's that?
No, I hit this tab on my computer. I can't find the stream yard now.
Oh yeah. I still got.
Yeah, so I mean, like, to this midterm election thing, though, man. Like I said earlier, I do think that so you know what? Actually, I want to ask y'all, man. Do y'all think that due to this midterm election results, does this show that Trump might not have as much power as once perceived or as once did, like he did in 2020?
I would disagree. I think people are playing with the numbers in places like Arizona and in Pennsylvania and in Georgia, because you can't explain to me. It's very difficult to understand how Abrams loses by 8 points and Walker is trailing by 1. That doesn't even make sense. He's the next name on the, well, maybe it's governor and lieutenant governor, then the United States Senate. How is Walker not even getting the 1 point that he needs to beat what's his face? So I think there's a ton of support for Trump. I think the media is going to do everything they can do to tamp down. They kicked in his front door at Mar-a-Lago in a raid that was so completely unjustified and illegal. They won't even release any of the information on the justification for it from the judge. Almost the whole thing is redacted. It's all bullshit. These people are terrified of him becoming president again. They might kill him. Just to be honest. They might fucking kill him, dog.
So let me ask you. So I'll do one more question.
Sure.
So do you think that DeSantis will run for 2024? Well, hold on.
I think he will, and I hope they link up. I mean, DeSantis is a superstar; he can fucking win. But
but Trump
everybody knows.
But who's gonna be vice president?
Conservatives are with Trump. They're with Trump. So, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
You heard what I said. But they both come out of Florida. I mean,
oh yeah, they are both out of Florida, aren't they?
Maybe he can come. Maybe DeSantis. He can run by. He can run in 2028. I don't.
No, I think. I mean, just like Reagan and Bush. He go ahead and run in the primary, see who wins, and then link up. It's no big deal. It's no big deal.
Politics today is so polarized, though, that partisan. It is. The media plays a part of that. Like, I mean, Nate, we know when you had MSNBC on, I'm like,
that's the only people I can get to work.
Yeah.
So I didn't think about it
because the funny thing, and here's how the media works: the numbers that you were getting on MSNBC were different than the numbers I was getting on Newsmax. That's why MSNBC had it close, because I heard we have a special episode for you today. Yeah, they had it close with Stacey Abrams, and then I said, Nate, now Stacey Abrams lost. I was trying to get your attention in the chat. I said, yeah, she lost. And she was only down by 4, but ended up losing actually by 9.
She lost by 9, not 8.
She lost by 9.
That's a landslide, dude.
I was paying attention to the one you had mentioned in North Carolina, and I'm like, well, why don't they hurry up and call this? Because she was losing momentum every hour. It seemed like that individual who was running against I can't remember the Bud or whatever his name is in North Carolina. Was that his name?
Beasley and Bud, yes.
Yeah. Well, she kept on losing steam. And I said, well, he keeps on increasing his lead. MSNBC didn't call it, but Newsmax called it. And I'd sent that to you.
People were vaccinated. And
all right, CDC excess death reports, insurance data sounding major alarm bells. I'm gonna put the link to this in the chat. Yeah, dude, like 265,000 deaths that nobody can explain.
Wow,
it's some scary shit, dog.
And get on over there, brother Nate is gonna be streaming tomorrow. He's gonna be streaming tomorrow. So get on over there and check him out. And again, check out brother Citizen Lou. So we are at the 3-hour mark, and you know what? It's 9:55. I gotta go get me something to drink here. Not
I'm gonna get up out of here. Thanks for having me, man. Good discussion. Y'all have a good one, man.
And you're always welcome to come up here, brother Lou. Let me know when you're streaming so we can support your channel, bro.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
All right, peace, brother. Brother Mel, your closing statement for the day. We're at the 3:01 mark.
Yeah, I'm about to be out too, man. It's just I'm trying to sign for Navy Federal, man. Words. I need an account with.
Hey, I'm with Navy Federal. I love that. I've been with them for 33 years. Yeah.
Yo, I need to contact you. You know the process. I need to contact. Put me on, man. Word. Word. Put your email in the back chat, man. Put your email
I'll put it. I'll show you how to do it, man.
Someone getting the mRNA-based.
I'll put it in the chat here.
Yes.
You just clip it. It's
Good evening.
Oh, thanks, man.
Right
Thanks,
here.
man.
Hold on for a minute there, brother Mel.
Sign up for my LLC. All that.
All right, it's in the back chat, brother Mel.
Okay. It's in the email.
And
Yeah.
Mahogany said hi, hon. She said hi, Mahogany. All right.
Thanks.
Here's that. I put that link in the chat for the 265,000 CDC deaths they can't explain.
Yeah. Wow. That's yeah. But yes, brother Nate is going to be streaming tomorrow. He's going to have some hot fire tomorrow. So get on over there tomorrow. And anybody streaming tonight?
Crack on Stacey Abrams lost though. I'm like, damn, when they gonna make the video? Because I'm like, we're gonna crack on her.
We're gonna crack on her.
It's coming.
I'm actually piggybacking off of what Nate did, because had to continue it. And brother Nate, I'm sorry I cut off. I had to get up and go to work.
No problem. It was getting late.
That's why I said we will continue it here on Wednesday, because and anything I get, we will discuss it. I'll bring it in your chat tomorrow, brother Nate, because the election is still going on, and I'm going to say this:
in the most one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world, an election is taking multiple days. How do we not know that they're fucking bullshitting and playing shenanigans with shit? This is not, we got too many ballots to count. No, they're finding ways to cheat and skim votes and fuck over the American people, dog.
Well, 1960, Kennedy and Nixon, that happened too. It did.
Yes.
So we know. But brother Mel, let me have your closing statement.
Nah, that's it, man. Let's keep it short and sweet, man. Y'all brothers have a good night. Definitely, Nate, man. I'm gonna hit you up, definitely, man. Thanks, man, for that.
All right, take care, Mel.
All right, salute, brother Mel.
Peace.
I'm gonna drop you down, my brother. All right. Brother Nate. Boy, we're on the opposite side. I'm usually on your side when you have the panel. So, brother Nate, I'm coming to your stream tomorrow. Your closing statement, man. And hey, I appreciate you for coming on this show, bro.
Oh, no, my pleasure, man. Appreciate you having me up. And,
anytime, bro. Don't be a stranger here.
The only thing I want to say is Nate knows what he's talking about.
All right. You do.
I know what the hell I'm talking about when I talk about this stuff. I don't make up shit. I know what I'm talking about, dog. That's it.
All right.
We get the email because my old browser closed up.
What's that, brother?
Now I have to re-get your email and then my browser.
Oh, okay. I'll slide it. I'll slide it in there again, bro. Just bear with me. Yes, it's in there. Let me copy
I see it.
Yes. Yeah. And I'll send it to you. But yeah, hey Mel, don't be a stranger. Hey, don't be a stranger here either, man. We got it.
He's never a stranger, man. All right. Good night again, brothers.
All right, salute, brother Nate. What do you got in store tomorrow so we can?
I honestly don't know yet. There's just so much shit, and it's one of the hardest things to pick a topic, man. Because ultimately, I want a big audience, but I don't get the big audience that I should think I have because I'm not quite as good as others, and to linking up with these current subjects. I have things on my heart that I want to do. Excuse me.
Hey, bro, I learned this. I'm not a Bernard Riley or anything. I'm Leon Jones, and I pick topics that I know and people can relate to, and all I can do is be myself. Okay, I am not interested in having 1 million subscribers. Shout out to the late KS for doing it. I'm happy right now as long as I get the message out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm here to do. And if you use YouTube like that, you'll go further. Hey, look, I don't make any money off this, and I don't care to. I work in the engineering field. I'm happy with that.
Gotcha.
But my job is to bring some knowledge out here, whether you like it or not, just like you do. I don't get as animated as you do. I'm pretty much the professor type, but hey, we have different styles, but the message, we got to keep putting the message out. We got to put our feet on the necks of some people, particularly like you say, the Luciferian left. And we can get animated up here, but we know what it is out here. That's the problem. And sometimes we're too smart for our own good. We know what it is. The bottom line is we just have to, we find topics. We've done the Kendra G's and everything, but I thought I dedicated this week. And then December 6th, we're gonna have to cheer on Herschel, brother. Because I don't want that Warnock in there, man. That's a crazy ass nigga, man. I don't want him in there. I don't want a pastor in there. A pastor in politics, they just don't. Well, they're good at politics and getting the money from the women in the church, but man, I don't want that dude in there, man.
When asked about being a pastor and going to a pride parade and stuff, he said something slick. He said, "I don't worry about." Yeah, oh yeah, that's what Tice was saying. He said, "I don't worry about, people being offended by my embrace of the LGBTQ and my embrace of abortion." I was like, how are you a pastor promoting these things that God is clearly against? Yeah, dog.
Does he?
And Walker, Walker, I'm not terribly impressed with Walker. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The problem I have with Walker, brother, he was good on the gridiron, but I'll say this: he went to Georgia. He's
kind of a dumb jock almost.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Kind of a. I'm not saying he's dumb, but he kind of gives off the aura of a dumb jock.
He's not eloquent. To be a politician. Can you imagine us being politicians? We never make it. We're not eloquent enough, but.
They would just never let me because of the shit I would say. They'll never let me.
See, I say it differently than you do. I don't break out the swear words, but I say it. I just have a different style. Mine's a little bit more sarcastic because I think a lot of Americans are dumb as hell anyway. So, me, I'd be saying you stupid, right under my breath while I'm saying something. But that's the whole problem. We got a lot of dumb people out here, just like Sir Tice said. Let's not cover it up. These people, when it comes to voting, okay, they don't even. You ask them, brother Nate, what's on that ballot? Ask them about a ballot initiative. See if they will tell you. Then you'll find out what kind of voter you're dealing with. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
That's the big thing. What's on that ballot? Did you check the guy's voting record? Because I check people's voting records. Just because they send me something in the mail that says, "Oh, you did this," nah, not. And no. And by the way, Nate, I forgot to say, we're not endorsing Republicans either. Okay. There's a difference between a conservative and a Republican, because I don't like the establishment Republicans. I dislike them too. I'm not a Mitch McConnell fan. Okay.
Oh, he's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I mean, the only one that I probably like up there that's probably worth something. I heard her speak, Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee. She seems to.
Rand Paul is he's the greatest senator we have in the Senate. I love Rand Paul.
Yeah, Rand Paul, but his father was Ron Paul.
Yeah, Ron Paul. Yeah, in Congress. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can deal with that guy. But now here's a Democrat that he was all right. He was. You don't see these guys around here. His name was Harold Ford. He was
out of Chicago.
No, he's out of
Tennessee. No,
Tennessee.
Right? My bad. Tennessee.
When I heard him speak, I said, "Is this a Democrat?" He's a conservative.
He's a black Democrat, though. I never heard Harold Ford speak, though.
He's a good, you know what? He's got a lot of conservative views. But,
Really? Wow. Wow, interesting.
you know why he's not in there? He doesn't fit on the left, bro. See, the Democrats, they kick the blue dogs out.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a blue dog Democrat anymore.
Yeah.
You got to be for every sick, disgusting fucking thing they promote, or you're not a good Democrat. That's why I can't understand how are black men Democrats.
Well, Nate, I have I don't want to say a theory. Where are most of the black men from? Like your ACs, and where are they still living?
Yeah, in Northeast, Democrat strong. Well, most black men are in the South now. 58% of black people are in the South.
Yeah, but most of the ones in the Northeast, where I'm from, and Maryland, and let's be honest, you were from the Northeast too. You just moved out, but you're still from the Northeast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right along the Atlantic coast, Maryland on up, they're Democrats.
Gotta leave that mindset, dog. Gotta leave that fucking mindset. It'll kill you. It'll fucking kill you, man.
Yeah, you gotta leave. And they want us to be there. I don't want to be there. Okay, I don't want to be there. You can't deal with those niggas. You can't do that. Black men don't want to. Clue is a trip.
Yeah, Clue ain't shit.
Clue, you ain't shit. This nigga boy. Black men don't want to upset mama. You know he's true about that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Clue is out. Clue says some stuff. Clue, put your channel down there too, because he streams every once in a while too. Missed your stream not too long ago, but shout out to brother Clue. If you put your stream up, your link down there so we can get to your channel as well, and anybody else who has a channel. So, but again, brother, you on tomorrow, Nate?
Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow, dog. I'm just not sure what I'm going to talk about yet.
I'll be there. All right.
All right. Salute, bro.
Salute, bro. All right. Had a animated panel tonight and got a little heated. Apologize for that. But that's okay. We're all brothers. And see how we do here. We can have our little disagreements, but we're back talking to each other like real people. But let me just say this. If you're going to vote, know what you're voting for. Don't vote with your emotions. Yeah, I don't care what party you're from. I'm not endorsing any party. That's right. It did work out. I'm not endorsing anybody. I'm just giving you knowledge. I mean, I've lived 57 years and I wouldn't have made it here without doing something right. Yeah, you can call me old. Some of you wish you could look like me at 37. I still have all the hair on my head. See, everything. And I still exercise. But moving on. Try to vote during your elections and participate in the process. Understand civics. Some of you don't know civics. You don't even know what the three branches of government are. I've talked to some individuals. Education is not just a college education. You can get education in the streets, but if you merge college and the streets together, you will grow much faster because you can have the education with some common sense. That's the kind of people nature hair is gone. It's because you cut it all off. That's why. But you can get some education. You don't have to pay for it. But when you get education, use it correctly. A lot of what you're getting today is indoctrination. And again, politics is a rough game out here. If you're going to get in the game, have some topics, know how to campaign. And I think a number of us should get in on a local level, including myself. Even if you get beat, understand what the process is about. And I know the political system is a tough one, especially if you're not an establishment. You have to have money, I know. But you can get in there without money. And we had a bunch of candidates that were running yesterday. Good luck to all of them. because that's a grueling thing to do, run a campaign. Now, a number of them are liars, don't get me wrong. I do not buy everything a politician says. But listen, look at their voting record, and then make sure that they follow through. And if they don't, shout out to Brother Nate, primary him. And what I mean by primarying him is primaries have challengers. You want to get the best person on your team that you believe can win. That's how you make it in life. If you want to be successful, find somebody successful. It doesn't make sense to find somebody weak or weaker than you. Find somebody better than you. That's when you can grow. Because looking at the country straight forward, we have a clash of cultures. And the leadership sets the example. So, my question to you is, do you want secularism or do you want traditionalism? The choice is yours. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for some educational content, I give it to you in the field, hands-on. That's my QCIS channel. On that channel, you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, if you cannot find the 401 Talk Zone Radio Show or the QCIS channel on YouTube, you can check both of those channels out on my Twitter page. Now, for the QCIS channel, I'll take it one step further. Since it's an educational channel, you can find that channel on my LinkedIn page, because in the end, this is what I have for you. Always be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And remember, whether I'm talking about you or if I'm not talking about you, I say this cliche: if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. I'll be back up here next Wednesday with either a pre-recorded video or another live stream. My live streams are at 7 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, of course, during the warmer weather months, and Eastern Standard Time during the cooler weather months. And that's 7 o'clock EDT, 7 o'clock EST. But again, I want to thank you all for tuning in to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show right here on YouTube. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious evening. God bless you. I'm out.